everybody. It looks like we are live. Looks like we got a couple people in here. Make yourself known. I'll give you a shout out. We are running late tonight. I was kind of waiting on to hear from Charlotte, see if she was going to go live. She might have got stuck at a ball game band thing. Hey, here he is. Hey Tom, how you doing?
Grumpus, how you doing? All right.
I'm doing pretty good. I was kind of stalling, waiting to see if Charlotte was going to pop up. This was her night, and I haven't heard from her, so I thought, well, okay, well let me go ahead and fire it up anyway.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was going to send you a message and see what you were going to do, but
This is, I normally do it every other week. This is 3 weeks in a row, which
yeah,
I don't mind, but I was, we started as I was trying to get Charlotte her watch time.
sure, yeah,
So how you doing?
good, hanging in there. Same old stuff. Cooking and
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
put videos up, trying to remember what I'm doing.
I hear that. I worked out in the yard. Well, I didn't work on the yard. I was in the yard all
Uh-huh.
day working on a water line
Excuse me.
when they leveled the house. It sagged down in a couple of spots, and right one of the spots where they had to jack up was where my water comes into the house. And I got two PVC lines come up. One comes from the street, and one goes to my sprinklers.
Okay.
So the one on the sprinklers, I guess it stretched it a little tight, and it finally broke. But luckily, I had a ball valve on it, so it was shut off. So it's been sitting out there for a couple of months.
Uh,
Wife was fussing at me. The yard's drying up. So I was out there about 3 hours trying to jack around with parts I had. I mean, you know how it is. You got two or three milk crates and a couple of boxes and cans full of parts. You try to
yeah.
fix this stuff with the parts that you have because I didn't want to go to the store. So I finally gave up, went to the store, spent $35, and one of the 98-cent pieces that I'd bought fixed it.
That's always the way. I mean,
And it took 5 minutes.
well, a while back I told you that my drill, just the battery just died. Porta cable. I always liked porta cable
Yeah.
stuff. I had a couple saws and I had a table saw and all
Mhm.
that stuff back in the day. But the battery finally went bad. So I had that thing since when I lived in North Carolina, by the way.
Oh, wow.
So and I built decks with it and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so I said, I'm going to keep the drill. You never know, okay? And I tried to charge the battery again, but just would not take the charge. And then I started smelling something burning. I took the battery out and the charger. I started smelling burn. Anyway, I took the battery and the charger into the dumpster. All right. Well, a couple days ago, and I bought another cheaper one. I know it was like a $20 drill
Uh-huh.
just to do it ahead. Well, don't you know? The other day, rummaging through some junk in some boxes that we were getting ready to clean out, and lo and behold, there was a battery
Oh, wow.
for the porta cable.
But you don't have a charger. Isn't that the way it works?
Boy, I tell you, you stupid! And I was calling myself all kinds of names, but what are you going to do? I mean, that's just the way it goes.
Bossy
Uh,
Flossy, how you doing? How you doing, Nikki?
hey, Nick.
Uh, I've always been a big Porter Cable guy myself, and I ended up having to buy a couple of third-party batteries for mine, and
Mhm.
they've done pretty good. I didn't throw my charger away.
I figured I'd just keep the drill. Just you never know.
Right.
One of them kind of things. No, let me tell the truth. I couldn't part with it.
Well, hey, preaching to the choir.
I
There's got
could
to be
not.
a, there's got to be a coffee can big enough to hold a drill.
Could not part with that thing. And now
Peaches,
I
how
have
you
to.
doing, Peaches?
Hey, pages. So yeah.
Sorry you're
So
late.
I had a pretty good week. I mean, as far as I had to go to the doctor. Okay, so
Uh-oh.
I dread that. You know what I mean? Um, just the nonsense that you got to get, the hoops that you got to go through. Matter of fact, I just recorded today a podcast that I'm going to put up about what happened. And the title of it is "They're Too Big to Care." Okay, so anyway, um, oh, no problem, Peaches, not a problem. In fact, I got to go back and watch some your last videos and stuff. I've been super crazy. Anyway, go see the doctor. He comes in, and it was later on in the afternoon. He comes in real quick, and I'm here. We're going to do battle. Okay. So he said, "So please tell me, what's going." Young guy.
Yeah.
Please tell me what's going on and this and that. And if you have any concerns, I said, I got a ton of concerns. So we went at it, and everything I said to him, Grumpus, he said, "I agree. Okay. Well, all right. Well, we'll do away with that and this and that." So I looked at him. I says, "Are you not telling me something?" No, no. I said, I went in a rant. And I said, "I'm done with tests. Okay, we're not looking for shit no more. Excuse my French. And if I have a problem, I know where to go. I'll go to the emergency room. I mean, come on, let's be realistic. I'm trying to keep busy the whole bit." No, no, he says everything looks good. Um, why haven't you gotten any blood work done? I said, for what? For you to tell me that because I eat high fat and no sugar and stuff that you're going to tell me my cholesterol's bad? I don't
Hey,
play.
Jim.
I don't play that stuff. So we laughed about that, and then but he was pretty cool. But here was the kicker, Grumpus. I said to him, "Is there any possible chance that you can send them prescriptions for me? I only take 4 medications, okay? Two I have to, and the other two I'm going to just start weaning myself away from. But of course, there's other alternatives." And I said, "Can you put them all together so that I get them at the same time?" I says, "The traffic out here is ridiculous, and for me to go 2 or 3 trips, 4 trips to the pharmacy and sit there and wait, you got people hacking and coughing. Absolutely no problem. I can do that."
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I said, "Well, this it was a good day." You know what I mean? I go home. So that was on Tuesday. Thursday, I get a phone call from um, the pharmacy, and they tell me, "Mr. Garvey, your one prescription is ready. The other two are too early to fill." And I said, "Really?" Yes, I'm trying to try to put this all together. But the one prescription I got, and I don't want to bore anybody with this, was always it was generic. It was always didn't cost me nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. He tells me your prescription for this specific medication, $62.89. I lost it, Grumpus. I lost it on the phone. I said, "Ma'am, no disrespect, but take that pill and shove it directly up your bloop." She hung up. But other than that, things are good.
I've got one prescription that, well, it's Xarelto.
Hmm.
Okay. And my insurance covers it, but they approve it, but it still costs me $100
Hmm.
every 90 days. Every every time I've gone to the pharmacy to get that prescription filled, they'll ask me, "Are you aware how much this is going to cost?" I say, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure." Every time they try to charge me $500 because they try to give me something else.
Yeah.
And when I questioned it first time, she said, "Well, the insurance doesn't cover this." I said, "Well, they cover what I normally get, and you're not giving me
Right.
what I normally get." So I had to call the doctor's office and tell them to specifically put Xarelto on that prescription so I don't have to make 2 trips every time. Because they
It's
won't, they can't count pills while you're there. You have to leave. So the magic can happen way in the back while somebody counts out the pills.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What do you mean I got to come back? I can't just wait. Well, it might
Uh,
be 2 hours. It's going to take you 2 hours to count to 100.
yeah, that's hysterical.
It's
One,
nuts.
one, oh shit. One, two. It's amazing. It really is amazing. But you know, it is like I said in the podcast. It's corporate. We're used to going down to the pharmacy, knowing, hey, Izzy, whatever the guy's name was.
Hmm.
You know, when I was little, they give you a lollipop, and you know, hey, don't be afraid. You can take these pills. Play it like a big boy. Now it's nothing. They barely look at you. I had a question for the pharmacist. Okay, and she actually turned around and says to me, "Wait a minute. I am too busy to talk to you right now." All right, let me get out of here before I wind
I,
up.
I, I would have to ask who's more important than me.
Yeah, yeah. When
He
I'm
would
afraid
have
I'm
to
gonna
answer the stupid question with a
I'm
stupid answer.
I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my mind. So you know, I just okay, no problem. And then when the prescriptions are ready, you get 5,000 messages,
Oh yeah,
phone calls, texts. Get the
CVS burns my phone up. I get
hey,
2, 3 messages every single day, even when I don't have anything scheduled to pick up. Have you had your flu shot yet? Have you had this yet?
yeah,
I mean, just ad after ad after ad.
yeah. The one time they had the pharmacy call and the woman says, "Do you have time to talk?" I said, "I answered the phone, didn't I?" Is the cat burning up?
Yeah, they were asking if the cat was on fire tonight.
Yeah,
He's asleep.
yeah. It's just crazy. It's just complete craziness.
I got
So,
to see my primary doctor Tuesday. Uh, I see him. I think about it. I think every 6 months. But I'm seeing a new doctor Monday that the primary doctor referred me to. So I'm not sure what this is all about.
hmm,
But after I had my last blood work, he wanted me to see this gal. So
okay,
I'm not sure what they've got cooking up, but
yeah, yeah. They're probably gonna now they're gonna probably want you to toe the line. You know, your cholesterol's a little high and this and that.
I
Well,
think
you know,
that's what it's going to be.
yeah,
And
well,
I looked up the bio, on Kelsey Siebold at the locations. They've got all the bios of the doctors.
hmm,
Well, this gal that I'm going to see specializes in diabetes.
ooh,
So I'm waiting for her to tell me I'm there, borderline, or whatever. But I don't
yeah.
think I'm going to have much faith in her.
Well, you know how I feel about that stuff right there because that's just putting you into the pill factory as far as I'm
I'm
concerned.
not going to do it. I already told Vicky I'm not going to do it. I said
Yeah,
I can drop a few pounds if that's all it amounts to.
yeah. I mean, once they turn around and tell you that you're pre-diabetic, that's a prelude to guess what? You're going to go through the same crap I went through.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Peaches.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have a hard time. I'm an old male chauvinist.
yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not even that. It's the process, and like I said, it's all corporate now. Okay, there's no more family physician. There's no more.
Nothing's personal anymore.
Exactly, you're just a number.
Yep.
Okay, and on top of it, I get a call from my insurance. All right, this woman, she's going on and on and on. I can have somebody at your house tomorrow to do a complete physical with you, and this way we can head off uh, anything that's going wrong or something that we spot. Okay, we can bring in an X-ray machine to my house. Bring an
Okay.
X-ray machine in. You can do chest X-rays. We draw blood, get the analysis right then and there, and we can go through this whole routine. Probably it'll take 2.5, maybe 2.5 hours, but it's at your home and it's all covered. Nothing out of pocket for you. Okay, so I said, so explain to me one more time. I said, I don't want to be a pain in the butt, but let me explain this to me one more time. Why are we doing this? Well, it's basically for preventive. I said, preventive of what? Well, if you have any kind of disease, we can check out for cancers and stuff like that. Blah blah blah. I said, lady, been there, done that. Okay, Been going to the doctor since I'm a little kid. You have never corrected anything for me whatsoever. Dead silence, Grumpus. I mean, it just went complete silent. She says, "Well, so are you refusing it?" I said, "What part of me just explaining to you what we're
Well,
talking about?"
how feeble do you think you are that you can't go to the doctor? I mean,
This,
that's the insult I would take out of that. I mean, it's
th-
like when I was in the hospital. They said, "How do you get around at home?" I said, "I just get up and move." "Oh, you don't use a walker?" I said, "Hell no, I don't use a walker. You can't get up a ladder with a walker."
they, they, they asked, they asked me the same thing. Okay. And, well, how do you get around at home? That's my wife carries me. The girl just looked at me like, what the hell?
That's what I told that administrator at the hospital. I wanted to know how they would treat me. I said, "They'd treat me like a little old man." So all I want to do is get up, take a crap, and get out.
Yeah. So I explained to my doctor, I said, let me ask you a question. I said, is my health insurance over you?
Uh-huh.
So, should I call my health insurance to get a prescription, or go see somebody at my health insurance place to get checked out or diagnosed with something? And he said, "What's that all about?" And then I told him what was
Uh-huh.
going on with the medications. He said, "Boy, I tell you," he said, "You have any problems?" So Monday, I'm going to go get in a car. It's only a mile from my house. So Monday, I'm going to drive over to the doctor, and I'm going to stand there until he comes out, and see if I can have a chat with him about. I'm getting off the one medication. I'm not taking it no more. So I even started weaning myself down on it. I'm not. Don't do this, nobody. But I've been playing with this one medication now for almost 20 years, and I'm not dealing with it no more.
Yeah, it gets kind of old.
Yeah. But other than that, things are it's getting a little chilly. It's nice out there. In the evening, it's
It
down to
has been getting a
50s.
little nicer. Yeah, it hadn't been getting that chilly, but
Yeah.
if anything's, excuse me, anything 75 or less feels like a cold front.
Yeah. Yeah. This morning I get up and it was like 59. I said, "Hey, now you're talking." And I went out and looked at one of the pepper plants, and I got like 5 or 6 jalapenos on there. I told
They like
Marie,
the cold weather.
I said to Marie, "Here's the deal. Once they get to size, probably a week before we can pick them, we're going to have a frost or a snow or something come through, kill them all." Uh, Unbelievable.
Well, it was supposed to rain. That was another reason I was rushing trying to get this water line fixed. It was supposed to thunderstorm this afternoon. We didn't get a drop.
Really.
To
We
be
had
honest
the
with you, we haven't had a good rain here at the house in probably 3-4 weeks.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it's dry.
We had some rain. In fact, one day it rained just about the whole day, and but it was nice. I mean, out here, Grumpus, it turns around to where it doesn't rain at all, and then all of a sudden, when it does rain, it's got this crazy odor. It's got this smell. You can,
Oh yeah.
yeah. What is that all about? But after it rained for a while, you don't get that. So I don't know exactly what.
Yeah, I thought that might be Charlotte, but it was not. I
Yeah,
haven't talked. I haven't talked to her today. We usually talk and make sure we've got our night straight.
yeah. I don't know if she was on during the week either.
And I checked to make sure she wasn't live on another channel someplace before I went on. That's why I was running so late tonight. And I thought, well, we got some regulars pop on. I don't want to just not show up.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I had, a matter of fact, I was supposed to do a live with one of my first guests I was going to have up on the podcast. Okay, was Mike, Cast Iron Mike.
Hey, Jane.
Hey, Jane, how you doing?
Russ, I saw you were here. Thanks for coming by. So you're gonna talk have Mike on your
Yeah,
podcast?
we were up. Okay, we started recording it. Okay, and he's been dealing with some kind of cough, or he said he's been sick, a head cold, whatever. And then took the coffin and stuff like that. And he said, "Tom, I can't do this," so we shut it down. So I said, "Well, we'll get to it during the week. You know what I mean,
Yeah,
or whatever. Make sure you feel better." But he's been doing carnivore. He jumped on the carnivore wagon.
I saw that. Yeah, I like Mike. I was on his show one.
Yeah,
I watch his stuff.
he's a great guy. And I said, I said to him, I said, Mike, had all the questions here, for him, and he did that one about Crisco. Okay, how he
Oh
had
yeah,
problem. So I said to him, I said, Mike, is
nailed the
it?
cross on that one.
Yeah. I said, Mike, is it safe to say don't mention Crisco? And I think that's what triggered him sort of laughing and he started coughing and stuff like that. Yeah, he's a great guy. I mean, um, down to earth, and yeah, we were talking first prior to it, and then we started it, and then like I said, he got into it. He said, "I am so sorry, Mike. That don't mean nothing. We can do it again. It's not a big deal." You know. So, and then I got a couple other people I'm going to bring up on there, and because now I don't know if you know, it's called Lancet. Lancet is like a publication, a medical publication, and it's pretty well known. It's one of the older ones, but now they have a thing with it's called Eat Lancet. Okay,
Eat Lancet.
yeah. So and Lancet all of a sudden turned out to be a vegan, plant based lifestyle. So what they did, Grumpus, they turned around and all these doctors that are doing keto and carnivore, they put them on a misinformation list, almost like a hit list on about they should go to jail. I said this is getting
And who's
ridiculous.
this?
This publication that they put, it's
Okay.
supposed to be a well known publication that does with medical and stuff like that, but they went to the point where they went plant based. Okay, so on my podcast, I ran. You got to listen to it on Monday. I did a little rant about that. I said it's almost like the mob boss turning around, telling going to go after. I said, can just imagine a little skinny vegetarian coming up, want to beat this guy Sean Baker up. You know what I mean?
Gonna rough you up a bit.
Yeah, yeah. Unbelievable. So, how was your week?
The week was long. Vicky's recovering, so
Yeah, how's she doing? All right.
she's doing good. She says she's going back to work Monday.
Oh, cool.
Uh, she's she's she's. I think she's afraid she's going to hurt something.
Yeah.
And the doctor told me 30 minutes out of surgery that the mechanics are good. Everything come out real good. She can move. As the pain goes away, she can move around. She's not going to break anything or pop anything if she moves her hand around.
Yeah.
And she's been trying to use it a little bit, but she's not. She's kind of holding it to her side. She's afraid to move too much.
Can't blame her though because of the
Well, I
pain.
can't blame her at all.
The pain that she was in.
But I told her, I said, "You're going to see that doctor this week on your follow up." I said, "First thing he's going to do is grab that arm and go like this, make sure he did a good job." I said, "You better be ready for it."
It's like I had one of my nephews ask me, "Hey, Uncle Tom, how you feeling since your knee problem?" I said, "Let's put it this way: I'm not looking to buy tap shoes, that's for sure." I said, "But if it don't hurt, I move around. If it hurts, I
Yeah,
lay low. That's
yeah,
plain and simple."
yeah. If it hurts when you do that, don't do that.
That's great. That's one of the greatest things.
But she went out Friday, and it's the first time she'd been out of the house all week. So I was at work. She drove herself to a couple
Sure.
places and was able to manage that okay.
Cool. Very good.
So she is from her arm all the way down is just gray. just a
Really?
solid bruise. And
Wow.
I told her, I said, well, it's take that a while to go away, probably.
Is she on blood thinners?
No, no,
Whoa.
it's just all the trauma from. I told her, I said, they had your arm disconnected from your body. I said, so they had it all tied up. You don't know what kind of compressions they had on you, or any of that kind of stuff.
With your veins and stuff, sure. Yeah,
But
that's why I refuse. I honestly refuse to go and have another. What do you call it? Look at your heart. Not a CAT scan, but I'm sure you had it done too.
the heart cath.
Yeah, the heart cath. I had three done in a matter of 2 months. Okay, two on my arm, one on my leg. And I'll never do that again in my life. From my knees up to my top of my stomach was black and blue.
Yeah.
Just I'm Murphy. I should change my name to Murphy because what's going to go wrong actually does go wrong for me. So
Well, I mean, I've still got pretty dark purple scars on down about my calf, on the inside of my calf,
hmm
up, and then another one up my groin area, where they harvested the artery or vein or whatever it was they went in there,
yeah,
and I don't know when it's going to clear up.
it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, some stuff they do is fantastic. Other stuff is just moneymaker. That's all it is, as
The,
far as
t-
I'm
the
concerned.
technology nowadays is just astounding. I mean, who would think you could have your whole shoulder cut apart, put back together, all new stainless steel Teflon stuff, and it works 2 hours after they're done.
Amazing. Yeah,
It's just,
simply amazing. That's like I told the doctor the one doctor wanted to replace my knee. And he says, it's all done by robotics. I said, so why am I talking to you? Why don't I talk to the robot?
yeah, I pay you in Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. I can't. Honestly.
Are
There
you
you
trying
go.
to say there's some fillers in there?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why. I mean, my biggest problem is that it was I wound up with AFib from a medication. Okay, I wound up a type 2 diabetic from the bladder cancer
Yeah,
solution again. So I mean, everything has something to do with it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I just I even said to the doctor, I said, "Listen, I don't have nothing against vegans. If that's your stick, go for it." You know what I mean?
Most of what I eat's a vegan.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, I mean, from the hind end up to the shoulder, to me is the more grass it eats, the better it tastes.
There you go.
So I have no problem with it. But I said to him, why is it the big push? Why is this so bad? Carnivore diet, keto diet. Why are you guys so against it?
Mhm.
Okay. He said, I can't answer that. I said, oh, okay. Thank you, Jane. Yeah, I mean, it's just completely nuts.
Well, I mean, I think personally, I try to listen to my body. My body will tell me what I it'll crave things. Of course, you got to be smart about it. I can't if I'm craving sugar, I don't want to be chasing sugar all day long.
hmm
But I think if you go vegetables and sooner or later you're gonna be craving a steak. I would think carnivore diet sooner or later you're gonna be wishing, boy, I sure like to have a salad. I mean, you got to keep things in balance. I think.
See, that's why I like you so much because we just about think alike with it. Now, I don't bash anybody, carnivores or anything else like that. But with today's economy, with today's prices, it is not sustainable.
No, I don't think I could do a carnivore diet right now.
So the other day I went to the store, two ribeyes. They were probably maybe an inch thick, two of them in the pack. Okay, and the sale by date was going. Grumpus, they were $52 for the two steaks.
Ain't that
Okay,
ain't that something?
Now, I'm not a big component. I'm not a big pusher of buying pre-ground meat. But when I can't afford to buy the stuff that I need to make the ground meat,
Right.
okay, I bought it. Don't get me wrong, I bought it years ago and stuff like that. But since I've been doing this, the keto and
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
I like to grind my own stuff. This way I know there's no fillers in it, blah, blah, blah. I had, I went and I bought this one. It was 70/70/30, I guess, or 73/20, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 pounds, $20. So I'm looking at the two steaks. I said, so that's one night's meal. Two steaks for me and Marie. All right. 5 pounds of chopped meat. Okay. I can, squeeze out. We have a little thing that we make the burgers with. Okay. That could be a couple weeks. Okay. Quick dinners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you got to use your head when you're buying that kind of stuff. But I'll
Well, I
be
look at. I mean, as long as brisket is cheaper than ground beef, than the ground stuff at the store, I'll
mhm.
I'll, I'll still pay what I consider too much for a brisket, but I still grind it up, and it's cheaper than what those
Yeah,
prepackaged things are.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
like you said, I know what's in it because I ground it.
yeah. I
Now, I was
mean,
telling Vicky the other day, next time HEB has some pork butts on sale, I'm gonna pick a couple of those up and grind those up.
yeah,
In fact, I may actually, if I get two of them, I may grind one up just for the ground pork, and the next I may grind up, make Italian sausage out of it.
there you go. What I do is I'll take, especially if I can't find anything else, okay, and I have, I usually buy a beef shoulder. Okay, that's what they would do to the London broil cut and
Right.
stuff like that. Okay, but what I would do with that is I would take maybe a pound of that uh, fatless shoulder, and I'll grind up a whole, maybe 7 or 8 pounds of pork butt, grind them up together and make hamburgers out of them.
Right.
Nobody says you have to have
That's a good
make pork.
idea.
Yeah, nobody says you have to make pork into sausage all the time. Sausage, I mean, a pork burger is really good, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, you can mix the whole thing up that way, mix it up one way or
And
the other.
generally when I do something like that, I go overboard and I buy quite a bit of meat because it'd be a whole Saturday event for me
Yeah, yeah,
because I'm not going to pull it up and just grind up 10 pounds.
yeah, exactly. So that's exactly where I'm now. All of a sudden, now the one store I stopped going to because that's where I buy all the bulk meat. And like I said last week, I told you there was um, one not pork shoulder. What am I talking about? A whole chuck roll was $200 some, $220. I mean, I paid $50 for it
That's nuts.
when I
That is
first got
just
out
nuts.
here. Yeah, so yeah, that's a good idea to grind it up. Matter of fact, back in the day in the restaurants, that's how we used to make our meatballs. We used to use pork, beef, and lamb.
Well,
And
I've ground pork before, but I just never really put two and two together that's a good source of fat
hmm
for a really hard, lean piece of or tough, lean piece of beef.
yeah, yeah. Now all of a sudden, now they're talking about lamb. That lamb, we get most of our lamb from New Zealand.
Uh huh.
Okay, very rarely do we slaughter our own here. Okay, so it's always coming from somewhere else. But I always watch these different things about butchering stuff and everything, and different meats and how to cut this, how to get that out of there, the whole bit. Uh, and this now I think they're called Haas, Haas or Hare. I'm not really sure. Lamb. They don't have that lamby taste. They don't have that harsh lamb taste at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look into that and see what that is. So, I mean, this new place I go to, Grumpus. I mean, you get a leg of lamb like that, it's like $39, $38, but just bone, basically.
I love lamb, but Vicky won't eat it. Somewhere in her life, she had a bad experience with lamb, and she just won't even try it.
Mm.
And I love lamb.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
In fact, I might do some lamb chops tomorrow night. I'm thinking about it. I got a rack down in the freezer. I saw it. I saw it this morning when I was digging around for something.
Went into that store and I think it was Monday or Tuesday. No, it was actually Monday before I went to the doctor. And I got a whole center boneless loin, and I took that and I cut that up, and I think I got like 15 chops out of it. And I'll cut them up all different ways and stuff. There. Now
Yeah.
that's way too lean to grind. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I like to cook pork with apples, onions, and a little bourbon.
Yeah.
Give it that nice country taste. You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
So I mean that was good. It was 15, $14. So
We had we had Salisbury steak tonight from some brisket that I had ground up probably a year or two ago, and probably I think that Salisbury steak I made it maybe 3-4 months ago,
okay,
but I made enough that I could freeze after they were cooked.
hmm
I vacuum sealed them up with some gravy in a package of two, and we've had like three or four meals off of that one cook.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so I think she had some potato salad that I found in the refrigerator, so it was a quick meal tonight.
We actually I might run to the store tomorrow for a little bit because they had these legs and quarters, leg quarters, 89 cents a pound. It was a 10-pound bag,
Wow.
so $8.90. So I'm thinking about going and get a couple of them bags and stuff like that. And there again, you can play with them. I mean, you know, I'll usually take the drumsticks off the thigh, and I cut the thigh up a different way, and I'll make them look like wings and stuff. But on the leg itself, I'll take it and I'll stand them up like this, and I'll cut them, spin them, and cut them around.
Did lollipop them?
No, I don't bring it down. Leave it sticking,
Oh,
but I
okay.
just open them up a little bit and then put them under the broiler or in the oven
Okay.
and slow cook them, and they just open up. So that's my idea with that. So I'll go pick up 20 pounds of it, cut them up, vacuum seal them, put them away. Winter's coming, so
Yeah. Well, I've been digging around in the freezer trying to get into some stuff here in the last few weeks because I have froze so much I can't hardly get any more in the freezer.
yeah, yeah. And
But
and that's what I told Marie. I said, "Here's the deal." I said, "We got enough in there. We can skip shopping or skip getting meat for a month, maybe two."
yeah.
And that's the whole idea of it until
Well, I mean,
until this.
I keep rummaging around on top and that kind of stuff. I need to get down at the bottom of some of that stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
it's all good,
yeah,
but after a while, I forget what's down there.
yep, yep. Certainly. Now I'm waiting for the turkeys to come in. I think the one store I went to, one store is just like a general grocery store. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
Kroger's or something. And you go in there and you'll start seeing all the deals they have. I seen a turkey almost 48 bucks.
Yeah, that's nuts. They're
It's like,
crazy.
you drunk? What's wrong with you? But if you spend this and if you do that and you use the card, but
I usually go to Walmart, usually the Monday before Thanks or the Friday before Thanksgiving. So it's a week,
hmm
and I'll go to Walmart, and I can generally get turkeys around the dollar mark,
hmm
dollar a pound, 69 cents a pound. Sometimes Walmart to have them
yeah,
because I buy enough for all my guys in the shop.
okay,
That's one of my deals for since I've been there 20 years. I make sure they all have turkeys.
cool.
I'm not going to give them money where they can go drink it,
Yeah, exactly,
but
exactly.
I will make sure their family has a turkey, and
Yeah,
they could buy their own,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't know that they would.
It's a nice gesture too. It's nice to be nice. I mean, You know.
It don't cost that much, to be honest with you. I mean, you're talking 12, I think last year they were 14 or 15 pounds.
Yeah, that's
So
perfect.
they were what, uh, $15 a piece or something
Yeah.
like that. It wasn't much.
But I know I know my sister-in-law. She saves, does all the shop and everything to get the free turkey at the end of the year. That turkey probably cost you 3 grand.
This is Charlotte. Let me answer.
Sure, no problem.
Give me just a second.
Yeah. How's everybody in the chat doing? Getting ready for Halloween? I decided to do Halloween. Anybody comes knocking on my door for a trick or treat, we're going to do a shot and see how that works out.
There we go. I think I'm going to turn my porch light out. Price of candy, I can't do it.
It's ridiculous. Thank God I live where I live. I mean, they
It's
don't.
not that I
Nobody
can't.
comes
I'm
around.
not going to. I'm just not going to buy into the game.
Thank you, boy. I tell you,
$16 for a little bag of mixed up candy bars. I ain't doing that.
yeah. I was I was going to do a thing I told you about these egg creams out of
Look at here. Hey, Charlotte.
and I mean, the chocolate's ridiculous, and the sugar. I can't do the sugar. So I mean, what the
Yeah.
hell? You know what I mean? Just to
Well, I
make a
mean, I
video.
used I used to go and I would spend 40 bucks, 45 dollars on candy, and I'd overbuy because whatever I didn't give away, I'd take into work to my guys.
Hmm.
I mean, they love Thanksgiving or Halloween because they knew the next day I was going to bring them a bag of candy. The last 2 years, I haven't done it. I said I'll take donations and run up to the store. If you
Yeah.
want to pitch in,
And you know what, Derek? And we talked about this last week too, and the week before. It's crazy anymore. It's not like it used to be. And there again, I don't want to sound like my buddy back here.
yeah.
You
Well,
get off my lawn kind of stuff. But I mean,
it don't
geez,
mean it doesn't mean anything anymore. I don't think.
nothing means anything anymore. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, I mean, even if the parents bring the little ones around, it's not the same as it used to be.
Yeah.
And now you got people pull up and put the cigarette out on your driveway and then hold the bag open. I want to give them a rock.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me go get a razor for your apple.
If you drove here, you don't get candy.
Probably looking for gas money. That's a shame. It really is a shame how things have changed. It really does. I mean, even I was just saying before, even my sister-in-law, she'll save, not save, but she'll shop at this one place because she knows Thanksgiving. Okay, you get a free turkey for you spend
Right.
so much, whatever. Okay, and I said to her, I said, you know what? You probably just cost you 3 grand for that turkey, whether you know it or not. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, HEB last year, I think they had a this and this was like just a day or two before Thanksgiving, so everybody's already got their turkeys.
Hmm.
They're trying to get rid of them at this point. And if you spent, I don't know, if you spent 30 bucks on I don't remember the details. Anyway, you got a 14-pound turkey
Right.
for free. And if you need something bigger, you just pay the difference.
Yeah.
So I got my free turkey and I ground that sucker up into turkey meat. It was delicious.
I like turkey soup. Uh, I don't eat bread anymore. I mean, I make it and stuff like that on the other channel. Marie usually has it, or I'll give it to the neighbor, whatever. But and turkey, even that day, forget about it. It's over with. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea, Russ.
Yeah, I ran out. I like that, Russ. That's cool. That is cool. I got to do that.
Upside
Wait,
down bowl.
yeah. Uh, or I'd leave a note. Put your candy in here.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm thinking back, my mom and dad would tell me that my brothers and my sister, they lived in New York, and what they would do on it wasn't Halloween, it was Thanksgiving that they would dress up and then go around to different places, and they would get candy and stuff on Thanksgiving in New York.
Hmm.
I said that's kind of odd, you know. And I'm
Kind
thinking
of is.
about it. Yeah, thinking about it like that. It's my luck. I get a turkey leg and a wishbone.
Well, around here, most places now just to keep the trick or treating down in the neighborhood, they usually have a big party at the clubhouse for the kids.
Hmm.
And I know a lot of the churches have what they call the trunk or treats,
Yep.
where everybody you just go from trunk to trunk to trunk
Yeah. I
instead
would
of the
just.
houses.
I
But at
would
least
just.
the little ones get to have a little bit of fun, and it's all supervised, and you don't have to worry about the meanness in the world.
I told my grandson learn the different logos on the cars. Go to Mercedes. Go to Lexus.
Hit them first.
He looked.
They're going
He
to
looked
run
at.
out first.
He looked at me like that. What do you mean, Pop? I said, come on, I'll take you here. Might wind up getting a Rolex watch. Unbelievable. So they're talking about out here about that the slowdown out here with people coming and stuff was designed, okay, to bring in people with more money than just the average Joe coming here.
Well, did that work?
I said, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, come on. it
Not
just,
like
it,
they're
it-
making that up.
yeah, exactly. I don't get it. I just don't get it. So I have a niece that's coming out in beginning of November. So she said, Uncle Tom, she said, I would love to see you again. I'm coming with a couple other girls and stuff, and she's older. And she said, I definitely want to see you. Okay. Now this lady worked with us in the restaurant. Okay, and she was the ditzy type. Okay, and then Marie took her under her wing. Come on, we're going to show you around. And this kid back in the day made a ton of money with it. So anyway, long story short, so she says, "What what restaurants do you recommend?" I said, "Wow." I said, "You know what?" I said, "What's your favorite restaurant where you live?" And she went off saying something. I said, "Stay home and go to that restaurant because out here it's ridiculous."
Yeah.
You know. So she said, "How about this?" She said, "How about if I got hoodwinked again? But how about if you we come over and see you at your place?" I said, "Okay. What do you want to eat?" you know, that kind of stuff. But it'll be good to see her. I haven't seen her in many years.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
So
Yeah, I was telling Vicky here a while back. I said, all these years, and I left Indianapolis in '78. I usually go back every 5 years for a high school reunion,
hmm
and I've gone back a couple of times for birthday parties they've thrown for my mom. I told her, I said, but for the last 6 months, I really had a kind of a tug that I need to make that trip and go back. So we may
yeah,
we may do that in the spring.
doors open, Charlotte. The door is open. I have no plans of going back east. No plans to go back to Florida at all. And I like it here. I just really do.
Well, I like it here. No, I'm not talking about moving back. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
no.
just take a week and go.
Yeah, just to go to
You know,
visit.
my mom's getting pretty old.
Yeah.
She's doing good. She gets around fine.
My
To make
my
make that trip more often than I have.
my daughter might be moving back because she's having a rough time out here after the nasty divorce she went through.
Yeah.
Can't get it going. Just can't seem to, you know. She worked in banks all of her life, and I mean, bank managers and stuff like that.
Uh huh.
They're not hiring people. No, it's all automated. So, um, yeah, I mean,
Well,
there's one.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, there's a Chase out here that I deal with. There's nobody inside the bank at all. Everything's done. Everything's done. The kiosk or something.
The Bank of America, I've gone to for 30 years. They used to have four tellers, and well, I think they had windows for five, I believe, plus the drive-throughs. And they've added to the drive-throughs and took out all the teller windows except for two.
That's insane.
So if you have to go in the bank for anything, you've got to wait in a long line because there's only two people in there working. And, half a dozen drive up ATMs. So that personalized banking experience is gone.
Hey, Marcel. You know, I
Hey, Marcel, how you doing?
don't know if anybody deals with change anymore. Okay, I got a bucket of pennies. All right, I got two pennies right here that are supposedly worth money.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
and I keep them here just to keep looking them up and see if anything changes on it. But we have a machine here. It's a filtered water machine, and it's 25 cents a gallon.
Okay.
Okay, very hard to get quarters out here. Go to the store. Do you have a roll quarter? No, I can't. I can't do that.
You almost got to filter them through a slot machine, don't you?
They don't take quarters no more.
Oh, they don't?
No, 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 no. You put the money in. You put hard money in. No more change. Okay.
So what happens when you cash out? Is it a ticket or what?
You get a voucher, a ticket,
Oh,
and
I
then you
hate
go.
that.
Then you go to a machine, and then they do that. So, so I got to go to my bank, and it's almost like pleading with them. Can I get two rolls of quarters, please?
Well, yeah.
Because Gunga Den Marie goes up and gets the water. She has a basket. She has a whole setup how she does this stuff. So she says to me, I guess last week, we're getting low on water, and I only have two quarters left. I said, Marie, why don't you just come out and say, go to the bank, get quarters, instead of give me that dance that you do. You know what I mean? So,
Well, it's like, I like to,
hey, Jen.
I've always tipped in cash.
Hmm.
I never leave it on the ticket. I'll go ahead and use my debit card to pay the bill, but I always leave them cash for the tip. That way they decide to claim it or not claim it. That's their business. And
Exactly.
I don't have to worry about the house taking any of it.
Right.
But at my ATM, it only gives me 20s. It gives $100 bills, $20 bills, and $10 bills. That's it. If I need fives or ones or anything like that, I got to go into the bank, and it's ridiculous. It's just nuts.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and I watched this one old guy at the checkout, self checkout. Okay, and I can hear him going, "Ah, for crying out loud, Jesus, what the hell? What is this?" So I mean, he had produce that you got to look up,
Yeah.
and he's talking to the machine. He said, "It is asparagus," and he's holding it up to the screen and stuff like that. So the girl goes over to help him with it, and she said, "How are you going to pay?" He said, "With my credit card, and I want money out. Okay, I need to have some pocket money to take out."
Yeah.
Girl says, "Okay." Never said a word to him. This poor bastard, he puts in his credit card to pay the bill. Okay, and I think it was $50 that he put on there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they charge him almost 8% for the money that he was taking out.
Oh, for getting cash back?
Yeah,
I never heard of such a thing.
8%.
No,
Well,
I'm afraid I'd go berserk.
you want to hear? Well, you want to hear this guy? I said, "Damn it!" And my phone, I can't get it to go on fast enough. You know what I'm saying? So I would have video. I would have made $1 million on that one. You son of a! And off he went. Man, he went crazy.
I mean, sometimes I'll have to save up, and just so I can go in the bank and get a whole strap of ones, a whole strap of fives, you know.
We
And
have company.
oh, she lives. She's alive.
I am alive.
How you
Grumpus,
doing, girl?
take that thing down by her, by Charlotte.
I know what's
There you
wrong.
go.
I know what's wrong. I messed up. I'm sorry. I left my YouTube running.
How you doing, Charlotte?
I'm doing great. I'm doing
Sound like you had a good day.
I had an amazing day. It was so much fun. And I got to see my new grandbaby again I think I've only seen him, this is the third time. And
Cool.
he'll be a year old in December. So, he's at that fun age where everything's funny to him. And, you know, you can do all kinds of stuff and make him laugh. And he's not quite walking yet, but he's trying really hard.
Cool. Very cool.
So we took him to the park and let the kids play a little bit. He's got an older brother who's 10 or 11, and he's really good with him. And so he played with him at the park. And then they went to a parade over in Bay St. Louis. So we met him for dinner at someplace in between our house and Bay St. Louis. And it was a lot of fun. We had a great time.
Marcel.
I think we're going to breakfast in the morning. And Poppy's over here falling asleep in the chair, but he's still got to go get Murphy from competition at, I don't know, he'll probably be here somewhere close to 1 o'clock.
Jesus.
So, how long does your son get to stay in town?
They're going to be here till tomorrow, sometime in the afternoon. Yeah. He came over. Well, my oldest daughter has a small business, and it's more like a small hobby business because she doesn't have a lot of customers or clients, whatever. But what she does is event bartending. So,
Oh, okay.
and this was a big event. It's called Toast to the Coast, and a lot of restaurants and bars go and you taste all the food and all that kind of thing. So she needed 8 bartenders. Well, she hired my son, her brother. She hired herself and her husband, and then she hired her sister and her husband, and her 2 neighbors,
Cool.
and one of her very good friends. So it went off without a hitch. So that's good. I mean, it turned out really well for her.
Sounds like a fun job.
Yeah, she enjoys it a lot. I guess she wishes she could get more business,
Right.
but she's got to get her name out there. And the only way to do that is by just keep doing these events. And
Well, hopefully she had some business cards and they got passed out. And,
Oh,
word
definitely.
of mouth, how that stuff usually gets off the ground.
Right. Well, and she's had more gigs this year than she had last year, so
That's growth.
hmm
Yeah. Marcel, where are you looking at property wise?
yeah.
She
said
want to
she's-
come over close to me.
Yeah.
I can't see her. Oh, there it is.
You know what I've been
Peaches. Susie, I'm sorry. I'm just reading.
we I've been watching. Matter of fact, last night Marie said to me, "Will you please shut the damn woodpecker off?" What
The
the hell? She had her mask on, and I'm watching this guy build a cabin. Okay, and he had it on real fast. Brrr, 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 hammering. We cracked up. We laughed so hard.
That's great.
I'm watching these guys build these off-grid stuff, and now the big thing now is Quonset huts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, turning these Quonset huts into houses and stuff
You
like
can
that.
you can buy those kits now.
Yeah, exactly. But the hoops you got to jump through. I mean, the inspection. I mean, inspections and all that other crap. Forget about it. Marie says, "Oh, that looks interesting. What do you?" I said, "I'm too friggin' old. Stop it.
I'm too old.
Stop it."
Too old to build it, and I'm too cheap to pay somebody else to do it.
Exactly. Unbelievable.
Dreaming about leaving Texas.
No, I'll say it isn't so. There's
Oh,
nowhere else to
no.
go.
No, I'm
Once
daydreaming
you've been in
again.
Texas, you've peaked. Everything else is a lateral move at best.
At best.
When I went back, I couldn't believe it. When we were driving out here, I could not believe how much it built up. Just could not believe it. I said to Marie, I was showing her on the phone. I said, "Here's Katy, Texas." I said, "Here, let me zero in on my old address." For some odd
Yeah.
reason, I remember it. Okay, and I typed it in. Grumpus, I probably could throw a rock from the hotel we're staying at to hit my old house.
Oh
That's
my.
how close we were. But it was
You
so
didn't
built
realize
up.
that's where you were?
No, last time I was there, they had a Sonic and a rice mill.
Yeah.
Okay,
You used to leave. You would leave Houston, and then it was a short drive to get to Katy. Now the scenery doesn't change. It doesn't change from the inner loop all the way out to Kate to almost Brookshire.
That sounds like Atlanta. Years ago, Atlanta was its own city, and now it is basically North Georgia. Should be called Atlanta.
I mean, I just drove out there Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like all your landmarks are gone, and if you're not careful, you'll pass Katy because you don't even it doesn't even feel like you've left Houston.
yeah. I mean, the
But
farm roads.
if it wasn't for those mills, those silos there, you could pass Katy
Oh wow.
and not even realize it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I could go down the road, uh, going back to my house,
True,
and
Marcel.
it was just country, wide open,
Yeah.
really nice. It had, U.S. Homes had a couple. That's where I bought was a U.S. home out there, and it was based in Houston. You know what I mean? So how can you go wrong? But in the same token, though, when we were there, I'm saying, "Good God, it's got to be around here." I told Maria, I says, "I'm just like flabbergasted. I just don't recall being this nuts."
Yeah.
Right.
And then when they said it was like um, zero point 0.9 miles from the hotel to where I lived, I went, "Oh man,"
Mm-hmm.
you know. So
Yeah, because
my
99 wasn't there when you were there,
no, no, no.
and it's as busy as Beltway 8 now. You get on 99. So that's the third loop around Houston.
Yeah, because I'm at the 610,
Yeah,
and then I worked right off of was it a 59?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, worked right there, and then come out, and 610 was right there. Uh,
I mean,
yeah.
if I leave my house and take 99, which is I don't know 3 miles from my house, 4 miles from my house, I can take 99 around west to 59.
Okay.
That's about a quarter of the loop. Takes
Hmm.
a little over an hour at 75 mile an hour. A little over an hour to get to 59.
Wow, 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 wow.
It's just nuts.
Hey Wesley. He
But
says,
my time there, I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. Had a lot of fun there. Made some decent money there also. So I mean, I have no qualms with Texas whatsoever. Going back to my home, New Jersey. Okay,
mm-hmm.
I could never do it again. I have friends tell me you would never recognize it. And some guy sent me a picture of our restaurant that it's there, not there no more. The town bought it and took the building down.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's been around a long time. That place.
Well,
Yeah.
when I go back to Indianapolis, I can't hardly recognize any of it.
Gosh, that would be heartbreaking to go back and see it missing.
Yeah, I,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, I have a couple people that have been sending me pictures of that when they were there and stuff like that. So kind of nostalgic, you know. I'm in Jersey.
Oh gosh, I'm we're the same way here in Mississippi. It's
Same way with me.
50 by
Boy, Russ, that's insane.
75 or 100-foot lot, and the neighbors are like, I've got 12 feet to my property line on either side, and then 12 feet from the property line to the neighbor. So that's 24 feet in between us. It's ridiculous, and I don't like it.
I've
I
got
want 24 acres between us.
I'm probably 100 by 60,
Mm-hmm.
and there's 10 feet brick to brick from my neighbors.
Mm-mm.
My our house that we grew up in, my dad built, and that was on a 100 by 100 lot. Okay,
Right back, y'all.
and he built it all himself, stick by
Yeah,
board and batten. You know, I mean not board and bat, but all the tongue and groove sheathing, the whole
right,
bit.
right.
And somebody always well maintained. You know, that was what he did. Always very well maintained. My Somebody sent me a picture of my dad's house. Grumpus, he'd be flipping in his grave
Oh,
if he ever got a look at this. I mean, what a crap hole they did.
Wow.
um,
Really, really, that really ticks me up. But there again, you can't go back.
No, you can't.
You can't go back. It's great to live in your head a little bit how things were, but you can't go back to that. I'm trying to wrap my head around what's going on now as far as food prices and stuff like that. The
Yeah.
same way our parents did. You know what I mean? So
Well, I mean, Vicky is she's tried in not in the last few years, but there's been some time she's tried to convince me to sell this place and let's go somewhere else. And I told her, I said, I got all them boulders, I got the koi pond in the back. I've been working on that thing for 35 years. I said, I sell this house and find out somebody kicked all them rocks and filled the hole in. I, I would be wanting to fight somebody
yeah, exactly.
in their house.
Well, I did a podcast about exactly that. You can't go back.
Yeah,
You can't go back home. But I showed a picture of the house I bought that in North Carolina. That place means a lot to me because I had some tough times there.
yeah,
Okay, and I fixed that place up. Very sick, but I still fixed it up the whole bit. And then I did a Google Earth search, and the people that bought it from me, I'd like to go back and punch them square dead in their mouth. What a shit! Excuse me. What a crap hole they turned that place into. I worked very hard in that joint, but there again, I got the money,
yeah.
moved on.
I mean, you moved on.
Can't. Then nothing I can do about it. So that's the hardest part I think about getting old. I mean, is well, back in my day, we did it
Yeah.
this.
Well, I mean, I've done a lot of work around this place. I actually had a neighbor across the street tell me one day. She said, "You sure are fixing that place up for somebody else."
That's the
I said,
truth.
I said, "No, I'm fixing it up for me." I said, "If I leave it, I don't care what somebody else does with it. Man, I'm not fixing it up to sell it."
Yeah, the internet kicked me out. Help!
No, you're there.
Now it says no connection.
Can you hear me?
Who, me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, you still got a connection then.
No, Charlotte says that she has no connection.
Oh.
She's an internet kicked her off.
Okay, well,
So let it sit a little bit and
I mean, I'm no IT expert, but I'm still going to blame it on Apple.
that's like putting a searchlight up for DJ to come on. About new starts. Yep, Marcel, I do. And you know what? Go for it. I mean, you got to be happy and doing things. Now, see, there again, I talked about North Carolina and that. I would tell Marie I'm going for gas in my truck. And it would be like 20 some miles to go get gas. When I get back, I tell her, I'll be right back. I got to go get more gas because I used it up, whatever, just joking around with it.
That's right,
And
Barbara.
yeah, you actually got to you got to make yourself happy no matter what.
I mean, if you don't have ties, there's no reason not to do it. I mean, I couldn't leave this place for sentimental reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, this is the first house I ever owned. I didn't buy a house till I was 30.
I told Marie. I said, "Here's the deal. We'll stay here as long as we can. Okay, as far as money wise,
Yeah.
all right, and then probably look for something else that way. But at that time, I'm going to be too damn old to lift any furniture or do anything else like that. When that happens, I said, so there's other plans. There's other ways of doing things.
Oh, if I left, it'd be as is,
Yeah, yeah.
contents included.
Yes, sir. I am a staunch believer in that. We came from Florida, actually from North Carolina to Florida in a Kia. Okay, whatever I could fit in there, that's where we went. Went in, bought the place, um, furnished, and then when we left, I sold it, furnished,
Yeah.
and went to the next place,
Well,
furnished.
you, you've seen these videos where people buy these mystery boxes from Amazon and all this stuff like that. They'd be buying a mystery house here because I got shit in the garage I haven't seen in 20, 30 years.
That's my point. I told you earlier. Found my battery.
Yeah, here's what I got to have for the whole lot. Good luck. I'm sure there's more than that in there.
This dude that bought the house from me in Florida, the last place that we had. Uh, Now let's put it this way: I got it dirt cheap. Okay, fixed it
Oh,
up, did what I had to do. All right. And Grumpus, I had all kinds of barbecue equipment outside. I had all my tools, table saws. I had bandsaw. I had all kinds of crap. Uh, to my screwdrivers. He said, "How
uh-huh.
much for everything?" I
Yeah.
looked at him. I said, "You're my kind of man." He said, "Pots, pans, everything." I said, "There's baking soda up in that closet up there." I said, "You can have that too." And we come to a deal. Packed the car. Phew, out here we came. Started from scratch. And my wife, I humped a set of 12 dishes from New Jersey almost to out here.
And you don't even use them, do you?
I said, no, we went to her sister's who lives in North Georgia from Florida before we came out here. And I had an extra mixer. I had a couple other things. And we went out to her sister's house, and her daughter was living there, her daughter and her husband. And, it was like a mother and daughter type of setup. And in the box, Marie says to me, "What's that doing here?" We're giving it to your niece. Okay, set of 12. You don't even know what they look like. So that's what happened. How we got rid of it. I humped them damn dishes around.
I'm with you, Russ. I- we don't need no stinking grounds. I probably do have a bunch of those.
Two prong.
I probably do.
The house in North Carolina, Grumpus had the breaker box was outside, hanging on the wall.
That's where mine's at.
Yeah,
Outside.
I said okay. There
What
we
they
go.
do down here.
Yeah, I said okay.
I mean, we were talking Porter Cable earlier. Yeah, I know for a fact I've got two. Am I?
No, Charlotte, I can't hear
Oh,
Charlotte.
Charlotte's muted. No, I know for a fact I've got two 3 1/4 horse Porter Cable routers still in the box, and I've got one trim router still in the box that I probably have at least 25 years, maybe closer to 30, because I
Wow.
bought them on a sale. Well, my line of thinking since I was probably 35 was stock up my wood shop, and when I retire, I have time to use it, but I won't have time to buy it, or I won't have the money to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been hoarding tools and buying tools. Now I do use a lot of tools. I've built cabinets and all that kind of stuff out in my shop.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's backups that I bought and sale things that come across and yard sales I've hit. And now I'm now that I'm getting old enough to have the time to use it, the want to ain't there no more.
Exactly. Grumpus, I had a Yankee screwdriver. You know what they are, right?
Yeah, they're from New England.
No, no, no. It's one of them screwdrivers where it's real long. It's got a handle on it, and as you push it, it screws.
Yeah, yeah,
Now, electrician used to use that all the time. I
yes,
had one of them. I look when I was getting ready to move out here. I said, I got a screw gun. What am I trying? Because I was really wrestling about what I can fit in the car.
yeah,
And then, like when I moved from New Jersey down to North Carolina, we put it in storage for 2 years. My tools, everything.
yeah.
My Duke came, my gas grill, all that.
Charlotte, are you still muted?
She's trying to, I think, hook up a laptop.
Okay.
Might be a wire or something. Anyway, I turn around and when I getting ready to move into the little house, okay, no connection again. I opened up the storage unit, Grumpus, and the first thing caught my eye was a box of hammers. I must have had 10, 15 hammers.
Yeah.
What the
One's
frig?
never enough.
Yeah. What the frig am I doing? I mean, it's insane. That's why
Well, but guys that use tools, we can justify every tool we've ever bought.
yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
In fact, anytime I've done anything around the house, my budget always included the tools because I would get bids from subcontractors,
Right.
and I'd figure up the material cost if I did it. And I made sure that I always had in that budget for me to have, new saws or a new router or a new this or new that, because
Yeah.
that's all part of doing business.
Exactly.
We
Look
got you,
here.
Charlotte.
Yeah, I think so.
There she is. We got her.
It took the old Chromebook for this thing to work right.
What I tell you?
Apparently,
What I tell you, Tom?
it is Apple's fault. And I'm gonna tell you why. Apple does not like EV mucks. Remember last week when I told you that when I'm looking at my screen, I can
Yeah.
see you, I can see Tom, and I can't see myself. It just looks like a gray box with a face in it. On
Okay.
my Chromebook, I can see myself.
So okay.
What I
So
did was
what?
I muted I muted myself on the Apple, and when I came back to unmute, it unmuted on the front panel, but
Yes.
down in the bottom it wouldn't unmute. And I couldn't figure it out. So I just closed it up and came and got the Chromebook and said to heck with that crap.
Let me ask you this: what browser does the Apple use?
Well, funny
Is that
enough,
Safari
I'm using Chrome when I click on the link, but I don't know if
with Apple?
yeah, but I don't know if Apple is using that when it goes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I don't know how
EV Mux won't work on Firefox.
okay, okay.
I
Well, I
have
don't
to
know
use
what it
Chrome.
might be trying to use Safari.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering if it was using Safari.
It might be trying to. But I never use Safari on, on any of it. I use Chrome. Oh God.
Wonder if that would
I-
work if she used OBS.
If what?
If she connected with OBS.
Will she still have to? Well, I don't know if she could or not. No, I don't think it. No, it
What
won't work that way because
is happening?
EV Mux is from is web based, is browser based,
Mm-hmm.
and OBS is not.
Can y'all see me?
Yeah,
We
you're
see you,
frozen.
but you froze.
I don't understand what's going on here. My
Couple-
screen just went completely black. The gods are against me today.
So, Charlotte, are you on Windows 10 or Windows 11?
Neither. I'm on my Google Chromebook.
Okay, that was
And
my
it
problem.
just went completely black, and I do not know why. Let me see something.
So Grumpus. Now, we have three computers in this room running. Okay,
Okay.
two are hardwired. One is what do you call it? The Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
So when the 15th was the last day for Windows 10, okay.
Right.
So, but
Supposedly.
oh,
Yeah.
they sent me out a thing. Now I'm covered for a year.
How
On
much?
the other, free.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's free for the first year. Now, the other computer that's on Wi-Fi, all right, all of a sudden I can connect to Windows 11 just out of the blue. Okay, so I put that one on, but Windows 11 is slower than door crap. I mean, I never seen anything like it in my life.
It is. It is slower.
So anyway, that's so I'm waiting to see, I'm waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, that's why they're trying to get everybody to buy new computers to run it
Right.
because instead of making the software usable, they just make you pay the price in order to use it because they can't write code efficiently.
Yeah.
There she is.
I don't think she's working. She's
Mad as
not
a
working.
hornet.
What quit?
I'm as mad as a hornet.
Oh,
My entire screen just went black, and I couldn't do anything with it. So I just slammed it shut, and then I opened it back up, and there you were.
It's amazing, 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 amazing.
I think the internet gods are mad with me or something. But no,
well, you've just had too good a
I didn't
day.
do the
That
right
couldn't
thing.
that couldn't last forever.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Unbelievable. The sad part about it was all this week. My connections were dropping. Remember we were on last week and I couldn't,
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
and it dropped. So when I called them and we'll get back to you, I said no, I need to speak to somebody now. So I got this dude on, and he started coming out. I said, first of all, I'm paying top dollar for this setup.
Right,
Okay, I don't expect to be shut down or put out and not being told what's going on.
right.
Okay, I have a couple things that I run
Yeah.
on the computers, and I can't afford to have this shut
They
down.
they sold you a premium product.
Right?
And you
Guy
need
said,
premium service.
guy said, I totally agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I'm going to dispatch somebody to come out right now. It's 10 o'clock at night.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
All of a sudden, I see the truck come by and they shine the light. And I said, I come over and check the connection outside. Didn't come in the house. Went over and checked the connection outside. Went over to where the box was, and then went over to the other building. Well, lo and behold, some joker pulled their car up, because where the handicap is, went up over that and hit one of the posts sticking up out of the ground to go into another building. But I guess we're connected to that
Yeah,
somehow
you're
or
all
another.
tied in the same backbone.
So what they did is they didn't say nothing to nobody, but it was still connected, but it would go in and out. Okay, it wasn't.
Knocked it loose.
Yeah, knocked it loose. So I said, yeah, see, you got to be a pain in the ass, when something
No, I
goes
mean
wrong.
that's what. Anytime I've ever had to call them, I tell them I'm paying you sold me a premium product. You charged me a premium price for it, and I want my bill prorated. If you tell
Right.
me I'm going to, you know, you'll be here between. There she is again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell them, I say, you're going to give me a 4 hour window when I want a 4 hour credit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now they're getting smart, Grumpus, because now here's what happens. You can't talk to nobody no more.
Oh, it's hard as hell to get anybody on the phone.
I'm screaming at Walgreens on the phone. I'm talking to a bot, and I'm arguing with a bot. And then I started laughing. Marie says, you just went from choke somebody to laughing hysterically. I said, because I'm a dumbass arguing with a machine.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get robocalls all day long,
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
and some
Oh,
of them are so realistic you can't hardly tell.
Yes.
yeah. Unbelievable.
You know, I got a husband who says to Alexa, Alexa, please play such and such a me. I said, why are you saying please to a machine? What is wrong with you?
'Cause she sounds so nice.
Tell that heifer what to do.
Marie will say, Alexa, play music from 1970. Do you want to get the premium or do you want to get this? She said, listen, bitch, I want you to pay. I said, Marie, it's a machine.
Oh my god.
She said, you argue with it all the time. What are you talking about?
Russ, I can usually get their attention when I remind them I just had AT&T just put fiber in my backyard. But I've
Oh.
been with Comcast probably 30 years or better.
And that's what's going on out here right now too. They're lining up fiber. But here's the smart thing they did though, Grumpus. Out here, everything's underground. Okay, electric, everything is. You don't see any poles, anything out where
Right.
I'm living. So what they did is they already have it there. What they're doing now is snaking the fiber through. And by next year, by middle of next year, I think we should have fiber. I'll get hit by a bus and won't be able to talk.
Well,
Well,
that's
I
what
mean,
we have, and you see what's going on with it tonight.
they'll
Wow.
offer me. I'm sure they'll offer some killer deals up front
Here it
Yeah.
goes
for the
again.
fiber. But I mean, I'm for the most part, Comcast has worked out pretty good for me.
When I was in New Jersey, Comcast was fantastic. It was one of the fastest um, internet service I've ever had.
Now, bear in mind, all I do, if I need anything done, I just go to the Comcast store, the Xfinity store, and I switch out my modem or I switch out my anything I need. I don't have them come to the house. They never have the right stuff on the truck. It's a
Yeah.
pain in the ass waiting for them, and it's easy enough for me just to take a TV receiver up and go up there and do it at my own pace.
Hmm.
And half
Yeah.
the time, the last time the guy was here, he couldn't even hook my router up.
Wow.
He,
Oh
he was
wow.
in here chasing a problem that was out on the box. People behind me had
Hmm.
moved in, and whoever run their cable into the box tickled everybody else's wires, and kind of like you were saying, my stuff was coming in and out.
Yeah.
So
Right.
he wanted, after he got it all done, he says, "You want me to come in and check the signal?" I said, "Sure." I said, I should have a strong signal. And he looked up, and the modem slash router that I had, he said, "Well, you don't even have the new one. You can't get full speed." So he went out the truck and had one, and was going to hook it up, and he couldn't figure out my network here at home. I said, just leave it with me. I got it. I'm not because I turn all their stuff off. Only
Right.
thing I
Right.
use it for is get the wire in so I can get it to my router.
The guy that was here, I moved the router and Wi-Fi box into the room here.
Uh-huh.
So I have the hard wire coming to me. I have it under a carpet. Okay, so you got to be careful walking and stuff with it. But
Yeah.
when that guy was here, right, it had to be 175 degrees outside because it was nasty. And I had my water and I was shaking it around and you could hear the ice cubes in the glass. And he's nailing down trying to connect this. He says, I'll be right back. I'm getting you another router. I can't take this no more.
Yeah.
So he went out. So I told Marie, get a big glass, fill it with ice, put some water in it.
Uh,
And I put it over here. You couldn't see it by my speaker. So he come back in again. He's wiping his head. And I put a $10 bill on the end of my table. So I started shaking my water again. Oh, boy. I don't know how you do it outside. Yeah, I know. It was going like this. So I finally gave him the water. And then when they handed the water, I had the $10 bill in my fingers. I said, do a nice job, will you?
there you go.
Or you're going to get a cup of hot tea.
Yeah, I'll just take the stuff to the store and I tell them, I said, "Look, I don't want to make another trip. Just make sure whatever I've got's the newest thing out, and I want a new one. Don't give me some refurbished something."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And out here, I think they did have a real problem. I think that what they're trying to do is fix it. They don't want to tell anybody. But Nevada, the state of Nevada, got hit cyber attack.
Oh no.
Okay.
Shut the state down.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, today I just got my sticker for my car.
Yeah.
sent through the mail because of they were behind. Plus, I had a problem with the car and stuff like that.
It
Mhm.
took several weeks, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. So I
Wow.
mean, there's still services that they can't deal with and stuff like that. My bank says now, go online with my bank up in the corner. It's in pink and red. That if you have any trouble with money or getting money or having money deposited because of the government shutdown,
Mhm.
contact Chase, and they'll try to help you through it or whatever. Blah blah blah.
Right.
And the other thing they're selling now is if you need a loan,
Oh.
and if people are getting, I don't know, crazy, 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 crazy.
Oh, for God's sake. Oh, it didn't go completely out this time. Okay. Look, if this happens again, I'm going to use my phone as a last resort. And then if it doesn't work, then I'm going to go to bed. So we'll see how this goes.
Well, we
This
hear
is
you just fine.
really,
I don't.
Yeah.
We
see,
see
okay.
your
Well,
avatar
I,
up
I
there.
have myself, oh, well, it's black, isn't it?
I don't know what's going on.
I do not know. Um, Lord help.
Well, it's odd that we don't see you, but we can hear you just fine.
It
Yeah.
really
It's
is.
almost like going back in time and listening to the radio.
I know, right? You want me to sing a little song?
Yeah. It's too dark.
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable.
But Tom, I've been shopping for computer parts for
Wow.
this week, and I'll tell you what, the tariffs parts have just
Uh,
gone through the roof because I was gonna upgrade some stuff at work,
Hmm.
and man, just some of the parts are like double.
Yeah.
I looked at RAM on Wednesday and Thursday. I checked the same RAM again. It went up $50.
Wow.
oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, just and like I said, now even with the pharmaceutical and stuff like that, just trying to order stuff.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Okay. Well, it might take. Hang on to what you're doing because it may take up to 6 months. What the hell? What are you talking about? So.
well, I talked to one of my customers last week. I talked
Hmm.
to them, and they're a company out of Mexico,
Hmm.
and they make their own wire
Yeah.
and send it over here, and then they make the cable from that
Okay.
wire. And he said that their tariffs, they're paying a double tariff because it's a tariff because it comes out of Mexico. And then there's an additional tariff on top of that because it's steel.
Yep.
And their prices have just gone
Um,
through the roof. Their customers are just, they said, we're real slow because our customers about to leave us.
I watched the thing a couple nights ago about what it's doing, with the food and the beef
Yeah.
and the vegetables and stuff like that. So we get seasonally, we were getting food from California, and a couple of different places,
hmm.
and most of our winter stuff, okay, we would get from Mexico. All right.
Hmm.
They said that is going to just vegetables alone are going to be up 40%. Two reasons. One, crossing from Mexico. Okay. I remember years ago, I used to go down to New Gallus and pick up a trailer and deliver it, you know.
Right.
But now, not only the tariff, but we're going to be paying more because of the labor costs
Oh wow.
that they,
Right.
they, they just lost it, with the labor. And our meats are never going to come down. They said that's buckle up. That's what it is. And now poultry is supposed to go up another 20% by
Oh no.
January,
Shh.
and it's just going to keep snowballing.
Well, yeah, I thought it was going to get worse before it got better. But it's sure going to take a while to settle out.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, our market system and stuff like that, how we do it, everybody needs to make money. But in the same token, okay, it's got to be yin and yang as far as
Right.
people got to have to make more money.
Right.
It doesn't
Yeah,
it doesn't rise even.
Right.
exactly,
You
exactly.
know, one
Right.
gets ahead of the other one, then you're playing catch up. Then some people can afford it.
Right.
Can't afford it, the catch up part.
I
Somebody
told you.
made the analysis of the economies like the Panama Canal. The locks aren't even.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
We just had to increase our grocery budget another $100 a payday every
Yeah,
2 weeks. Um, and whatever I don't use, if I don't use it, I just throw it in the savings account. But still, it's just too much. Everything's too much now. I
yeah,
went from spending $300 a payday to 550 now.
yeah. It's insane. It
To
really
feed
just
four people. It's ridiculous.
and Charlotte on top of it, you're not going to find the same stuff we used to get.
No, no.
I mean, it's insane. It just
Mhm.
and there again, you want people to do good. You want businesses, small business, cattle ranchers, and stuff like that. You want them to do good,
What's he doing?
okay? But it's so many things that are against them to put this stuff out,
You do okay.
um, and plus the big business
Tell him to come
cutting
get.
them loose, dropping
yeah.
them down. They
Him.
refuse to.
Tell him to come get his medicine.
They refuse to work with small companies, so they're going out of business. Really.
Mm,
So,
mm. Well, our Winn Dixie went out of business, and Aldi's supposed to be opening up, but it's been since January that they've been working on the building, and we don't have an Aldi yet. And the only other grocery store that is close to us is a discount grocery store, like a cost plus 10%
mhm.
type grocery store. And it's got some things in it that I don't mind buying. Like they always carry peach pie filling there, so I always go there because I like to put that in my oatmeal.
Yeah.
And so I go there to get that and a couple of other things. But in order to go to any other grocery store, we have to drive at least 30 minutes, at
Yeah.
least.
Uh, all these is a company out of Germany. Two brothers,
Mm-hmm.
all
Yeah.
these and Trader
Mm-hmm.
Joe's. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
they do a lot of importing stuff from back home, and
Right.
plus buy stuff out here. So they might not even open.
Well, I hope they. I'm still ticked off that I lost my Winn Dixie. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
there were some things that I got there all the time that were staples in my house that I can't find at Walmart.
yeah,
And it's like one thing, for instance, is the Chobani coffee creamer.
yeah.
That is
Okay,
the only coffee creamer other than half and half that I can use that doesn't have that chemical taste to it.
gotcha.
And what? Oh, and my Tetley tea too. I drink Tetley tea. I don't like Lipton. I don't like Louisiana. And that's all that Walmart carries, those two brands.
Yeah.
So I either have to order it or I have to go to the base. The base carries it over at Keesler,
Hmm.
which is 45 minutes away.
That's the problem, and see, nobody realizes that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, well, whatever. I got to pay what I got to pay until you
Mhm.
can't pay for it no more. That's
Right.
where we're
Right.
at right now.
And groceries are up, and now your gas bill's going to go up because you got to drive so
'Cause
far.
I have to
Yeah.
drive so far. Right. Right.
Gas never went down out here. Never, never. The lowest it got was 3.96.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
and today it is $4.30.
Honey, what are we paying for gas?
At some stations, it's like 259, 250 something.
Yeah, that's about where it is here.
It can be
Yeah.
about like 534.
534.
At one
No,
at one station up in Pedal, I saw
Oh,
five.
well, that's up there.
probably for diesel anyway.
No, it was
Mm.
diesel was like 6.
Yeah, I feel you, Barbara, because vegetables are kind of hit and miss around here.
Yeah. Well, I'll
I
tell
mean,
you another
everything I
thing.
buy, if you don't eat it in 2 days, it's spoiled.
Right.
Yes. I was just about to say every time I buy potatoes recently, well, in the past 6 months, maybe a year, I buy potatoes at Walmart because it's the closest place to me.
Hmm.
And if they won't last from one payday to the next. And potatoes are supposed to be a storage crop.
Yep.
No, you're supposed to be able to keep those for a long time. So I'm thinking what they're doing is they're bagging up old 2-year-old potatoes and selling them like they're new, or
Yeah, exactly.
this year's crop.
Marie likes sweet potatoes. Okay, there again,
Mhm.
I can eat them, but I don't like them. It's not that I don't like them. I can't really have them.
Exactly.
Okay, so, but she bought 4 sweet potatoes
Hmm.
last time we went food shopping,
Jeffrey.
and the other day she went to make one. Okay, opened it up and it was all brown inside. It was
Mm.
gone. It was gone. And there again, you're paying pretty good money for it. Over at this new place that we're going to, this Winn Dixie, like I said, they have not Winn Dixie. See, Charlotte, you got me. I used to love Winn Dixie in North Carolina, but the other one I liked was Piggly Wiggly. Piggly Wiggly. I could pick up half a goat. I mean, everything unconventional. You could get there.
They had all the wiggly stuff.
They had exactly. Give me that little Piggly Wiggly here. Anyway, you're starting to see more and more Mercedes. You're starting to see higher end cars going to this Winco pulling in there because it's starting to affect everybody now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, two ribeye steaks about that thick. Okay, $52. It's nuts. It's completely nuts. They do this to you until you can't. Nobody can do it anymore, and then you off to something else. I don't know.
Well, I keep hope that the time will come to where people can't afford to buy it, and they're going to be forced. They're going to be forced to come down on their prices, or they're just going to be throwing all that stuff away.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
just
just stores and stores and stores full of food just start getting tossed because they don't have no customers.
yeah.
They're going to have to do something.
Grumpus, next time you just want to watch something on TV, type in JBS.
JBS
JBS, okay?
Got a
They're
bunch
out of, I
of
believe they're out of Brazil or Argentina.
on YouTube.
Yeah, and watch what these guys do. Two brothers. They conquered the beef business. Watch. There should be a couple of them there.
Yeah, I see it here. I'll check it out later.
Yeah, that and Tyson Foods and all that stuff
Oh,
like
wait
that.
a minute. This isn't it. Jewish Broadcasting Service.
No, what you're doing?
They may have meat, but they ain't got no pork.
Exactly. No split hoof.
JBS. No, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, it's got to be JBS, I think. JBL, no. Yeah, maybe.
JBL speakers.
Yeah. Let me just look in here.
Are they a meat processing place? Well, I'll do a deep dive on it a little bit later.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few. Yeah, it's JBS is the world's largest meat processing company, headquartered in Brazil. You talk about strong armor people. They are the
JBS
ones.
Meat Factory. Here we
Yeah,
go. Okay.
yeah. There's a couple really good things on there. They'll take you into now. They're getting into poultry now. Okay,
Okay.
how they strong arm people and put people out of business. You know, it's a shame. Really is a shame. But there again, like I can remember my mother arguing with a butcher. Okay, are you crazy? 32 cents a pound. Are you nuts? And man, Miss Garvey, things are changing. But I get the change. I understand it coming from the food business, but in the same token, phew, crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
Did we lose Charlotte again?
I think so. She's cameras
No,
off.
I'm
And
here. I'm
Oh.
talking to Murphy. I'll be right
Oh.
back.
Okay.
yeah, no
Okay.
problem. So I think tomorrow, Grumpus. I think tomorrow what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to pull maybe the biggest jalapeno I got.
Yeah.
I might clip that bad boy off and do something with it. I don't know. Ah, unbelievable.
Well, I was going to do some. I saw a package of rib tips
Hmm.
in the freezer. I was going to put those on the smoker tomorrow, but I think we got talking about that lamb. I may do lamb chops tomorrow.
Yeah.
Be a hell of a lot faster.
Yeah. Yeah. We have. I'm going to go get them chicken thighs and legs, the quarters. That's a good price.
It is.
Yeah, that's really a good price. And do you eat eggplant at all?
I eat eggplant. Vicky
Yeah.
doesn't like it, but I
She
eat
don't
it.
like it. I took one and
She's eaten it a couple of times. She didn't know. I told her it was squash.
yeah, I take it and I cut it and put it in the oven. But now that I have that broiler, okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to take it and put it under the broiler to char it up a little bit and loosen it up. And I make that with a little bit of serrano peppers. Run that through the blender, okay, and I make a sauce with that.
So I can't handle serranos anymore.
I just a little bit. You can use anything you
Yeah.
want. You
Yeah.
can regular pepper and stuff. But I take that, make that eggplant into a sauce,
Okay.
okay, and then what I do with that is I'll take the ribs, I'll put the ribs in my smoker, and I'll cut them up, and I'll take that sauce and I'll take the ribs and I'll spin them around a little bit, and then put
I'm
them into
excited.
the oven or back onto the grill again. Oh, Grumpus, what a flavor!
How far do you take the ribs before you coat them?
While I was walking,
I take them just maybe
hurt.
20 minutes before I take them out.
Kind of hurt.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
and
so it's almost like a
My one's on my
a
face.
glaze at the end,
yeah, yeah. Oh
almost.
man, what a good
Oh,
flavor!
that sounds
What a real
good.
good
That
flavor.
sounds good. And I could hide that.
Yeah,
We'll get it fixed.
yeah, unbelievable.
Well, I mean, I like eggplant.
Yeah,
Y'all, when I went to lunch today and got a it's kind of like a po' boy with gravy and Philly type beef on it, and yeah. So anyhow, instead of getting the chips, I decided to get the fried eggplants.
ooh, there you
Basically,
go.
eggplant fries is what they were.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. That was absolutely delicious. I could not believe how much I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
I don't know why I decided to get them. Well, Wesley got the sweet potato fries. And so I wanted something different. And I figured we could share, right?
Right.
So I got the eggplant fries and I was like, oh my gosh, you're not getting any of these because I'm eating all of them.
And what kind of seasoning did they throw on it?
I do not know, but it was good. Okay. It was just good. If
Uh,
I had to guess, I'd say there was some Tony Sacheries on there. Because
yeah,
it
you're
was,
probably right.
yeah. But Murphy just told me that when he was on his competition trip, they stopped and he bought 2 coffees and a big bag of popcorn and it cost him $22. I said, did you go to the movie theater?
Wow.
He said, no, it was a convenience store up there and it was $22 for 2 coffees and a big
It
bag
was
of
convenient
popcorn.
for the store.
I said, you got ripped off. I said, and why are you buying 2 coffees? Well, I had to buy one for Tyler. And I said, no, you didn't. He says, well, I don't like her spending her money. I said, well, I don't like her spending my money.
hey, Grumpus, can I put? I don't know. You might get a copyright hit
What's
on it.
that?
I won't do it.
What's that?
Something I found
Right.
that was
My last live stream is all the way up to 15 cents. I don't care about the copyright.
Yeah, but you don't want to strike either.
no. I don't think it'll strike you, but
Mm.
let me see. Let me see if I can find it again.
Isn't this what you got, Tom? The bighorn?
Yes.
The
Yeah,
big,
Russ just got him one.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Put a big home broiler. Try to just
Just burn
burn it off. It made toast in about.
Ooh.
Russ, I'm going to tell you something. That is a well-built running machine right there, and it brought me right back into my restaurant,
Wow.
making steaks. do a steak on there. Do a burger on there. Okay, it is fantastic. What a flavor! What a flavor it has! Unbelievable. It makes. Let me see if I can find this again. I went to put this up, and they said they couldn't put it up because copyright, but not a strike.
Right. Okay.
So they wouldn't be able to put it up. Boy, if I can find this thing now. What the hell? Let me try it one more time. Oh, that sounds like somebody wants to go out.
She does. She always does this when I sit down.
Naturally, right? Where did it go?
That poor dog sounded like it had his knees crossed.
Yeah.
Don't you dare go in there, you little turd. Hang on a minute.
I want to get the right one here, so. Do 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 do.
Fine. Here. Act like you're starving.
Wonder why I won't do it.
Shame on you. I might as well use one of these water bottles.
Do 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 do. Let's see if I can do it this way.
Well, Tom, I was thinking about maybe taking that, those lamb chops is the little rack, the little small racks you find.
Yeah.
If I threw some rosemary in there in a bag with that and a little bit of Italian dressing and vacuum sealed it overnight, you think that dressing would pickle it? Think that's too much vinegar in that dressing?
Hold on, let me shut this off here.
That's a very good question. I'm interested to find out the answer.
Because I'll marinate pork loins and stuff in Italian dressing for a couple of hours,
Right.
but I sure wouldn't want to pickle my ribs overnight.
Not at $40 a rack.
Well, I found these. These have been in the freezer so long they were $19.
Oh man. Oh gosh, that's been what, 3 years?
They've been in there a while. I dug deep and found them.
That's all right though. They'll be fine.
I think I'm going to grill them up tomorrow.
Oh, that'll be so good.
And I don't have to share because Vicky don't like lamb.
Oh, you lucky duck.
I make her a chicken salad sandwich or something.
Heck yeah. I made a roast the other day, and when I tell you that thing was good, I was so proud of myself. And I didn't really do anything to it. I mean, I put some beef broth in there and poured a little bit of au jus packet on there, about half of a packet, and then another packet of ranch, and then a stick of butter, or half a stick of butter, excuse me. And I just let it cook on 275 all day long, just about. But man, it was good.
Oh, okay. Add the scene. So what happened?
I went to put a video up on here to show you, and it just took me off.
Oh,
Okay, so all right. So one of them says no connection.
Get rid of that one.
All right, let me see. Okay. All right, you're still here.
I'm good. Anyway,
they want to do the wrong one.
I don't know if you remember, but somebody sent me. Me and you were on talking. We were on with a couple other people, and that night when we were doing a live, somebody sent me something of me and you singing.
Singing.
Oh,
but it was AI.
Yeah, it was AI.
Yeah.
Grumpus, it popped up the other day, and I tell you what, I almost wet my pants. I laughed so
I
hard.
should have saved that because that was pretty funny.
I got it, but it won't let me put up. So, unbelievable. Everybody would get a kick out of that too.
Well, it should play. That shouldn't be copyrighted.
No, they did. I went to put it up as a short, and I was going to let you know about it, but
Oh, okay.
it won't. trying to find the title of it so I can switch it over, but
Now I've got a no connection from Granny. Are you still okay?
yeah, she's there. There you go.
There we go, man.
I went ahead and switched to my phone because this was just too annoying because I couldn't see what was going on, et cetera, et cetera. So there you have it.
It's getting harder and harder, Russ.
Mr. Woodshaven's influence. Yeah.
Especially the robocalls we get on the phone now. Some of them, I get 4 or 5 of them a day. Some of them are so real, they even catch me off guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. I mean, I don't answer the phone.
Well, I have to because I'm in an office.
Yeah.
That's
I'm,
right.
But I normally tell people, send me a text. This way I know it's okay. Now what they're doing also, I'm surprised it hasn't happened here yet. Okay, but on your live here, they can mimic somebody that we know, and hey, I'm going to come up on the bottom, and it's not them at all.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm lucky I'm not that popular.
I'm not either.
Nobody wastes their time.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm not staying up late enough to prank him.
Yeah.
It's funny. That is funny.
First thing this morning, I'm arguing with AI on the phone. And Marie looked at me, and it dawned on me. You stupid.
Was you
Hey.
winning?
I think I was. But in my mind, I was. But then I started laughing. I said, this is ridiculous. Oh, man. Let me see how I can.
All right, so back to the Italian dressing. You think that's going to pick on my chops?
It might.
Go overnight.
Yeah, it might. I would
never-
go.
I've never had lamb chop ceviche.
What kind of Italian dressing?
Just
Like wishbone type of thing?
wishbone or whatever I got in the
Yeah,
refrigerator.
that should work. We'll give it
Just
it'll take the lamby taste out of it. That's
I mean,
for
not
sure.
give it a bath. Just a little squirt and some fresh
Yeah.
rosemary,
Yeah,
and
put
then
some garlic.
seal it up. Vacuum seal it up, and that should help suck it into the meat a little bit.
Oh yeah. That sounds good. Really does. I think it would work.
I'm gonna try it. I think.
Yeah, the more the more you play with that kind of stuff, especially with lamb, because lamb, like I said, most of it comes from New Zealand. It's got that gamey
Yeah.
taste or smell to it. Let's put it that. I
Yeah.
love it. I mean, it don't bother me at all. I mean, I could go for that anytime.
Yep.
But when you put something different on it, other than people traditional,
Yeah.
rosemary, garlic, mint, and this and a mint. I can't stand mint on.
Yeah, I don't do the mint.
Yeah. So,
I'm not
but
a fan.
that would be good. I mean,
I think I'm gonna try that. I have to figure out something to cook the little lady, but
that
How's
would
she
be
doing,
fun.
Grumpus? Is she
She's-
recovering
she's-
well?
I think she's doing great.
Oh, good.
She's a
Good.
little apprehensive about it, but I can understand that.
Oh, yeah.
But she's well, I mean, she hasn't been in her sling since Saturday of last week,
Uh-oh.
and she's moving her hands and she's rotating around and moving her elbow and stuff like that. She's still really protective of it.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
we got ready to go to work. I think it was Wednesday, and I catch hell if I leave and don't tell her goodbye. So I went in there and woke her up, tell her I was leaving. And I
Quite
said,
a anyway.
I said, "How you feeling?" She said, "I think I'm feeling okay." And I said, "Do you realize you're laying on your left side?" And she was laying on her shoulder, and she had her arm all curled up like that. And as soon as she was aware of it, she's, oh, I said, no, no, you're faking it. You were
That's,
sound asleep and didn't even realize it until I pointed it out. So I think she's
Oh
doing
my
a
goodness.
lot better than she thinks she is.
Sure,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
But I think
that's
I scared her when I told her because she didn't want to move it.
Mhm.
And I said,
Mhm.
you've got your follow up visit this week. Well, at that time it's next week, but I think it's Tuesday. And
Mhm.
I said, first thing that doctor's going to do is want to check his work, and he's going to give it one of these. I said, you better be ready. So she's been trying to
Oh my
trying to move
goodness.
things around.
yeah.
Oh
And she's
no.
got a cut on her arm, probably a good from here to here. There's 19 staples I counted.
Ooh,
So
Good
it's
grief.
got to be at least 5.5, 6 inches long.
wow,
And we
wow,
sat
wow, wow.
we sat and watched a YouTube video of the guy doing the surgery. She's sitting there, her eyes all big.
I imagine. I imagine.
I said, it hurts a lot worse now, doesn't it? She said, I think it does.
Oh God.
But he got in there with that Black and Decker, cut that ball off the top of her arm.
Russ, I was down by exit 8A off the turnpike down in Jamesburg, Monroe Township area. He's asking me where was I?
I know when Wesley had his hip replacement, we went to his follow-up appointment a couple of weeks afterwards, and then we had to go back for another appointment maybe a month later.
Yeah.
And at that point, he had been out of surgery for 6 weeks to 2 months, and he was limping like Quasimodo.
Hmm.
And, the doctor told him, he says, "Walk down that hallway there for me." He watched him walk, and there was a something was up with his gait that was a little different.
Yeah.
And, because he asked him to try not to limp. And, so he did, and finally, he got back to the doctor, and the doctor says, "You know, I gave you that new hip so you could use it."
That's true.
He says, "Baby and it's not gonna do nothing for you
That's
or
it.
anything for you." And so, at that point, he felt a little better about it, because
Yeah.
it's different. It
You're
feels
afraid you're going
different
to
to
pop it out or something's not going to
exactly.
work right.
Right,
Mind over
and they
matter.
warn you about that too, they warn you about doing certain movements or, like, sitting if he sits in a chair where his knees are up higher than his hip,
Uh huh.
he can feel the pressure,
Oh, I'll bet.
and it's very uncomfortable for him, and I've been looking for years for a chair that where he can sit at where his legs are at a 90-degree angle to his, and, there's not one in existence. Uh, so what he has to do is sit on the sofa or sit in the chair with one of the leg that the hip that was replaced, he keeps it straight out,
Uh huh.
and that way he can kinda sit on the other hip.
Yeah.
It's
I
hard to
got you.
describe,
I
but
got you.
When
he's used to that.
they wanted to do my knee that time, but being I got so many screws and stuff in the lower leg, screwing my ankle. So the doctor asked me the same thing. I want to see you walk and this and that. So I walked up and came back down again. He said, "Well, your gait looks a little off." I said, "Yeah, and it needs oil too, and paint." But you know,
Well,
and that guy right there, I tell you what, I loved him to death because you know what he said.
Hmm,
I'm not gonna do surgery on you. He said, "You'll be back in
yeah.
6 months. We'll have to do it again. And be back in another
Oh,
6 months
my.
and do it again." He says, "The way they put your leg back together is, it's crazy."
Well, and think on I know on hips, you can only have 2 revisions
Hmm.
because there's not enough bone left to
Yeah.
and, so if you get past that 2 revisions, you're in a wheelchair,
Yeah. I said,
and he go ahead, I'm sorry.
no, I said to the doctor just to laugh about it because I said, shoot, I said, I wanted to have my knee replaced. I wanted that knee to make soup. And he like looked at me. He didn't quite get it at first. He looked at me and went, oh, yeah. Bang, zoom.
I think that Poppy's been really lucky with his hip replacement because it lasted, gosh, 17 years
Wow.
and still going well. I mean, it doesn't cause him any problems or anything. So
Well, he,
the doctor did say that he would probably have to have a revision later on in life, but he was only 37 when he got the hip replacement, and now he's 52. So if it, between now and 60, if he has to have a revision, well, that's par for the course.
yeah.
Yeah.
But see, I'm glad to see it was done at a younger age. The lady
Yeah.
upstairs is almost 80, and she is in this. She tripped or did something, stepped wrong or something. Okay, and she did something to the replacement part of it. Now she's in
Oh,
pain, and they won't do nothing for her.
oh no,
And she lives upstairs, so Marie
that's
tries to
awful.
help her every once in a while. Carry something up for her and stuff like that.
Sure.
So
Um,
she said she's going to her storage unit in Arizona, New Mexico, irrelevant. She says, so I'm going to be gone for a couple days like that. I said, when you coming back? And she says, well, probably 3 or 4 days. I said, we're not going to be here.
oh no,
And carried shit up them stairs. Unbelievable.
should be ashamed.
Hey, Russ, there used to be a place up on I believe Route 109. I'm not sure about it, but it was
Mhm.
between Rollway and Linden, and it was called Big Stoshes. Okay, that was to me was the original. It's like a round building that they did burgers, but they were the original guys who did smash burgers.
Mm.
I was wondering if that was still in that area or not.
That sounds good too. I haven't had a good smash burger in a while.
Yeah, you go in
I
get
don't think I've ever had one.
You've been to Steak and Shake?
Yes, they have the
Well,
smash burgers.
that's what they are.
Okay,
Them
okay.
little,
So
them
I guess
little
I have
thin,
had one.
crispy burgers.
Yeah. Those are good.
the guy didn't talk much. He'd come over to you and he'd have the hat with the pencil sticking up in it, and he'd take the check pad, and that might have turned into a white diamond. Okay, I got you.
Well, thanks for
Yeah,
stopping by, Russ. Appreciate it.
yeah, thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Sorry we're so late.
He
Good to
he
see you again.
he take the pencil out. What do you have?
Yeah.
Okay, and these came on a Kaiser hard roll. Okay, so it'd have a double smash or double burger. That's what you did. They didn't call them smash burgers back then.
Yeah.
A double
Right.
burger, double cheese. Okay, and then you got either fries or home fries, and
Mm.
then you get like a nice tea because we were driving. I couldn't drink anything, and then it
Right.
came with a piece of homemade apple pie. I think it was
Ooh.
like 350 or something like that,
Yeah.
and they were fantastic. They were really good.
Those were the days.
Yeah, yeah.
Eat
Everybody's
good
making a big
for a
deal about
meal.
smash burgers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, we
Been eating them all my
tonight
life. I
at
didn't know that's what you called them.
right tonight at that restaurant we went to meet the kids. I think me and Wesley paid $24.99 for a dozen oysters.
Ooh,
Is that going right now? 24, 25 bucks?
Well, that's what it was at this place. Um,
I got some in the freezer. I need to thaw some of them out.
of course, I'd rather pay $24.99 for oysters than $22 for two coffees and a popcorn.
Yeah, I think you had a better deal.
yeah.
Better
That's
deal,
in,
yeah.
that's insane. It's completely insane.
Yeah. And well, I only sent him with $30. I figured that would be plenty, for a day trip up to a school, you know.
He won't be doing that when he's earning his own money.
Yeah.
I know he won't. I know he won't. He'll be buying the budget coffee and the
He'd
budget
be sharing a
popcorn.
coffee.
Yeah.
Grumpus, I was flipping around through YouTube and I came across Mike um, out in Idaho, and he was doing a live, and he
The
was
dude?
the dude,
Okay.
and
Oh, no kidding.
he was gonna have you up on there. Okay, I didn't watch the whole thing, but it just in the
Is
beginning and this and that.
is this recent?
No, I just watched it the other day, but I did. But
Oh, the old videos.
yeah, the old videos.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
but
Oh, okay.
Grumpus, you, I said, I said, Grumpus is the man. You pulled out, well, Grumpus, what are you going to be drinking tonight? And you pulled out a bottle of Johnny Walker Black. And I said to myself, if he held on to that, that's probably worth about 7 Bitcoins right now. I loved it. I said, look at this wow maniac. Oh, him dude went, oh, wow, okay. Yeah, time to sip on a little bit of
That's
scotch here, you
hilarious.
said. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
So he's not making videos anymore?
No, I mean,
I
I
No.
miss
don't.
him.
Dude was.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a great guy. He's friends with me on Facebook,
Oh, okay.
and anything I post on Facebook, he likes and this and that. He
Yeah.
was doing a lot of videos on Facebook, but then his dad died, and I think they sold the house, and
Oh,
I
I
think
see.
I think he's dabbling a little bit with real estate and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Well, he's also raising a new family now too.
yes, he
That's
is.
great.
He
That's
got his
great.
was it two grandkids?
2 little
2 or
guys, yeah,
3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 little guys, and
yeah. So,
you know what I loved about it? He would call me every once in a while. Got time to talk? Yeah. What's going on? Well, blah 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 and this and that. But we would talk. In fact, I'm going to give him a call maybe tomorrow evening or something. But the last couple videos he made, and dude was
Yeah.
always serious about doing stuff. Okay, Tom, is the angle right? Do you think? How do I sound and all this stuff like that?
Yeah.
And he set up. He was getting ready to cook. He had new cameras, built the bar out back,
yeah.
and by he was talking to the camera the whole bit, and all of a sudden you see this little dude walk behind him, and you see him looking into the grill and walk around and put his finger in his nose and walked away. And as much as I
That's
knew
it.
as much as I knew, dude, okay, usually he would get flustered, would he get very mad about it? Didn't flinch.
Yeah.
He didn't flinch.
Oh,
He said, "So,
Boogers on the grill.
yep." He said, "So there's my little sous chef walking by. I mean, just hysterical.
wash your
Just
hands, little man.
yeah." But yeah, he was pretty funny about it. I miss him. I do. I do.
I do too. I mean, if you talk to him, tell him I miss him.
Yeah. You know what I'd like to do? I'd like Charlotte. You went up on his couple of his lives too, didn't you?
I believe so.
I think you went up once or twice, and I knew you would go in
Once,
and
yeah,
and chat with everybody.
right.
Yeah.
Not very often. I mean, like you said, it probably just once or twice.
Well, for a while he was doing his little interview
Yeah.
show.
Right.
And
Yeah.
weren't you on that once,
Who, me?
Charlotte?
No.
Grumpus, I really don't recall, and I wish I did, but I just don't.
We
Seems like I might have been.
he brought me up. I think I had 35 or 40 subscribers. Okay, and he had a couple thousand or whatever it was. And I
Hmm.
thought, "Phew, this is big time." And then he had you come up. That's where I met you, Grumpus, with,
Oh,
with the
okay.
dude, with the dude. And
Okay,
then
I
we
think you're right.
and then we would all go up and chat, and Charlie would come up and this and that. It was every
Mhm.
Friday night,
Yeah.
and it was, and he included me with everything that he did, and then we talked,
Mm.
communicated back and forth. We
Mhm.
were going to try to do some other stuff and everything like that, and then he called me one night, and he was very upset. He says, my
Oh,
son's in trouble," because he was coming out here. Him and Mrs.
yeah.
Dude were coming out. They already had the reservations and stuff. I think one of the hotels, because Dude was getting involved with one of the guys from YouTube that would go on the speaking circuit. It was from Think. The Think.
Think
Big
media.
media.
Yeah, Think
Mhm.
Media. It was one of them guys that he was going to go out and see, and we were going to get together the whole bit. So, but he called me about what happened with the kid and everything like that, and we talked.
Mhm.
We talked for a long time about it. I said, "Don't lose your mind about it. Don't relax. You get them
Yeah,
little guys, and you take care of them. They'll love you the rest of your life."
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
right.
So,
You know, me and Poppy got to spend the whole day with Oliver yesterday, my 5-year-old grandson.
he's
We
cute.
had a thing. We had a field trip. Well, he had a field trip, and his mother, unfortunately, was had to back out of going because somebody did a no call, no show. She's the manager. She had to fill in, right? So she called me and asked me if I would go because he's a little bit special needs
Hmm.
and he needs his own personal chaperone for things like that, or he can't go.
Right.
And I said, baby boy ain't gonna miss his trip. Let me call Poppy at work and see if he can take off. So I called Poppy at work and I said, hey, I need you to do something for me. And he says, well, it depends on when and what it is. And I said, well, it's tomorrow. And he goes, okay, I can do that. I said, well, I need you to take off tomorrow because we have to go on a field trip with Oliver or he's not allowed to go. He said, let me call you right back. So he went into the office and talked to his boss, and his boss says, yeah, sounds like a great day.
Hmm.
So he was able to take off, and we went to this. It's called Wild Acres, and it's a okay. Set it down. Just a minute. I'm in the middle of a conversation. Um. So, anyhow, we went, and it was a wild animal rescue farm, and this guy had two tigers, a black leopard, a cougar, an anteater. Let me tell you what I learned about anteaters, y'all. This is insane. So when we first get back behind the fence and we're walking through this property and we're looking at, do you know that porcupines are enormous?
Oh yeah.
Yes. They're
They're
big.
huge. Well, we're looking at the porcupine and I keep smelling what smells like weed.
And
And
neither.
I'm looking around at everybody going, okay, which one of you has been smoking weed at your kid's field trip? Right? And I was being real judgmental until he explained that the anteater smells like that, and the anteater's name is Mary Jane. And y'all, I was blown
Perfect.
away. I'm thinking, oh, well, I guess I shouldn't have been so judgmental, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what somebody does in their own house, but not at your kid's field trip,
How do you
okay?
think the anteater felt?
Yeah. We
Right.
had.
I know, right? So anyhow, he told us that recently he got a bad review on Google because the lady says, I can't believe the marijuana problem y'all have at that establishment, and it just smells terrible and blah blah blah. So he had to go on the Google review and apologize and tell her that it
Well,
really
that's
wasn't a
stupid.
problem, that it was the anteater that naturally smells like that.
The anteater's got the problem.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We had a
Look,
kid
they
in school.
had monkeys, they had exotic birds, they had a capybara, one of those, it looks like a nutria, big
Yes.
rat,
Yeah.
and they had otters. They had oh gosh, what else?
And they all hung
Oh,
around the anteater.
they had no, 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 no. They had a hyena,
Get him high.
and that was cool. Well, that was the one that Oliver liked the best. He called it the big dog, and it was enormous.
Hmm.
He held something up like a piece of food or something, so the hyena would stretch up like this, and it was way over his arm. The height of it when it stood up.
Hmm.
This man might have been 5'8", 5'9", and he stretched his arm up, and that hyena was as tall as that man, the top of his arm,
Yeah.
because
Wow.
he just nibbled the food right out of his hand. There ain't no way that I put my hand that close to a hyena's mouth.
Little guy,
Nope.
little guy loved it.
Oh yeah. Well, funny thing was, he really liked the animal and he was super excited, but he wouldn't go close to the cage. And I would hold his hand and tell him, "Look, Randy's not going to let you get anything get you."
Hmm.
I said, "They're in a cage. See, they can't come out." That was not good enough for him. So he turns around to Poppy and holds his arms up and say, "Pick me up." And so Poppy would have to back about 12 feet away from the cage and hold him way up high so he could see over everybody's head. But he had a blast. So then, after the field trip, he went back to school, of course. I put him on the bus when we got, when we were finished. And I walked him to the bus and I said, "I'll see you after school." So his mom went and got both of the kids from school and brought them to me because she had something to do last night. I forget what it was. Oh, her event that she bartended.
Hmm.
So I was supposed to watch the kids till the event was over. Well, we had a football game last night. I'm not missing my football game, right? Not when the band's going to be there. So what I did was we arranged for a babysitter for the kids until the football game. I told her I would leave at halftime. It was only going to be about an hour and a half that I'd be gone. So the babysitter's only like this 14-year-old little girl.
Hmm.
And she has two younger sisters of her own that she was babysitting, plus Millie. And when we got out of the car, I looked at Poppy and I said, "Can we take him to the football game?" And Poppy was like, "You think he can behave?" Because, it was late and he'd had a big day and we
Yeah.
didn't know what kind of behavior we were going to be faced with. Well, you're not, he, I made an executive decision and I said, "Oliver, get back in the truck. You're coming with me and Poppy." He was so happy. He got in the truck, put his seatbelt on. I walked Millie to the door. I knocked on the door, dropped Millie off, and we went to a football game. That boy had a blast. We sat right next to the band, and he was dancing and clapping and watching, really like the football game.
Hmm.
It was amazing. We had the best day ever, 2 days in a row. Can you
I'll
believe
bet
that?
he slept good last night.
Oh, I bet he did too, because he had to get up at what, 6:30 in the morning, and he did take a nap on the bus ride home. From
Hmm.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
thing and it was about an hour long ride. So he fell asleep on the bus, but he didn't sleep the rest of the day because we were just hanging out, having fun, eating noodles. We were doing all kinds of stuff. And then we went he had a blast though. I got some video of him playing with the band. I think I'm going to do a shorts video of
Yeah,
it.
that'd
I
be
don't know.
great. That'd be
I,
great.
I hope so because it's
My.
he's real sensitive to noise. And so when we first we always park by the band hall and we walk around to the football field. Well, we parked there and I said, "You want to go see the band?" And he said, "Yeah." So we walk over and we're standing right behind the director. Trumpets, trombones, tubas, everything coming at us, right? Because they're in a semicircle around the director. They were playing the national anthem, and the bass drum started, the cymbals started, and then all those horns went at once. And he was like, and he closed his ears.
That's
It
funny.
was hilarious. So then I said, "Do you want to see Murphy?" And he wanted to. So we walked around and I had to give Murphy some medicine. And he was having a headache. So we brought him his medicine. That's why we walked over to the band. So I handed him his medicine. And we sat there and watched Murphy play on the bass drum for a little bit. And then we went to left and went to the football field. But I'm telling you what, I was so excited that we were able to spend a day with him. You couldn't have asked for a better behavior out of any child today. I mean, it
Oh
was
yeah,
just phenomenal.
that's awesome. He'll
And
never forget that.
I told my daughter, I said, "I don't know why everybody seems to have a problem with him." with his behavior. I said, do they just not know how to talk to him? Do they just not know how to relate to him?
They don't have time
Because,
for that.
and that's what she said. She said, Mom, there's 20 other kids in the class.
Yeah.
You know, they can't cater to him like you can.
I
And
took
I
my
do.
And when my grandson was 5, my daughter said, "Pop, I can't get off work." She worked in the bank. "Pop, I can't." This is in North Carolina. "Pop, I can't get
Right.
off work, and Danny is going to this farm.
Mhm.
Okay, can you go? Can you go with him?" "Oh, yeah,
Right.
absolutely. No problem."
You
So
darn skippy.
I said, "But I'm not going to go on the bus. I'll follow the bus." Okay. And the teacher said, well, we got to have we got to have them accounted for, so he's got to be on the bus. So he's a little upset that I didn't go on the bus with him. Okay,
Right.
I said, don't worry about it, Danny. I said, because when we get back to school, I'm taking you out of school. We're going to go back to Pop's house when we get done. Oh, okay. So we we go to this farm. We're looking at turkeys, the whole bit. We're walking, and we come up around where the cows and stuff were. Well, this one cow decided that it was time to unload, and and the tail went up. Okay, and this cow, I mean, and when he got done, when the cow got done, it went oh like that. It's a, whew, that was a relief. But so my grandson looks loud as he could be in front of all the teachers and everything, and he said, "Hey, Pop, look, bullshit." And normally stuff like that don't bother, but they were all looking at me like, you know, oh my, you know, in North Carolina, oh my. Bless
That's
his heart. Now, don't
funny.
tell me bless your heart. But I got in a car and followed, my truck, followed him back to the school.
Yeah.
And I told the teacher, I said, I'm going to sign Danny out for the rest of the day. She said, man, maybe might have to have a little chat with him also. I said, why? Because of the bullshit? She looked at me. She says, I get it. I get it. Like that. So I signed him out. I got him in the truck. And I said to him, I says, that was fun, wasn't it, Dan? The turkeys and everything like that? He says, yeah, popping that bullshit all over the place. So my daughter calls me
That's
that night.
great.
My daughter calls me that night and she says, thank you, Pop. Thank you so much. I just got a text from the teacher. I said,
That's great. That is a great story. Goodness.
but that's what they like. Them little guys like to, why not?
Right. He had a blast, and I'm so glad that he did, and we enjoyed it a lot. I know I did.
Sound like
Probably.
Granny had a blast too.
Yeah.
Oh, I did. It was just so nice. This is the same kid that got kicked out of Montessori school for biting everybody and kicking everybody, and he had a hard year last year because of his behavior problems. And it was so nice just to see him being one of the kids, and not having any issues at all, and
Hmm.
just being a little boy.
They
So I
wanted to
did.
put they wanted to put my grandson on some kind of medication because they said, well, maybe he might have ADHD or whatever,
Riddlin.
whatever the hell it was, and this and that. And I put my foot down. I said, absolutely not. Okay. I said, I
Just
know exactly what the kid's going through. Bored,
he's bored
sitting,
and he wants to play.
sitting in
He's a
school,
boy.
learn what you want to learn, and this and that. Now today, this kid he's going to be 17. Okay, no problem. He's making money on YouTube selling music.
Oh, wow.
Okay, very computer savvy. I mean, does the whole thing. But he even told me when he got older, he says, "Pop, I hate school because you know what? Why don't they give us our assignments, go through what we need to get through, and then go home?
Right.
Why do you got to sit there and go through all this nonsense?" He said,
Yeah.
"That's why there's trouble in schools." Yeah, I
Right.
kind of agree with you. I felt the same way too. I said, "I'm afraid to go to a class reunion. I think I still have, it's just,
Have the principal there?
I have
Still,
detention.
still
I
got
still
a
have,
warrant.
I still
Still
have
got a warrant out
detention.
on you.
You have to stay after school and go to detention. I'm afraid to go
Funny.
there." But
I was
yeah,
the same. I just did not like school. I hated. I just
Murphy hates it. If it
and
wasn't for band and that automotive class, he would not have any interest whatsoever.
and looking back on it, I was bored. It, I
Oh,
mean, it just wasn't fun.
Right.
I treated school like it was a job, and I didn't bring I didn't bring my job
You didn't have
home.
any money. It didn't pay well, darn it.
well, in my senior year in high school, they turned around and I was in a highly academic um English class.
Right.
I did not ask to get put there, believe me. Okay. And all they did was they taught you Shakespeare,
Right. Who cares?
Romeo and Juliet, and this and that. So they wanted me, they
Right back.
wanted everybody to write a scene from Romeo and Juliet.
Hmm.
Okay. So I went through the whole thing. I took the painstaking thing because I always got to add a little comedy to it, one way or the other. Okay. And when she comes out and on the balcony, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore are you? Like that, whatever the hell it is. I said, I'm in the bushes. Your dad pushed the ladder. I get sent to the principal's office. And I mean, just was, come on.
Well, most of the stuff in school, I mean, our generation, I was raised. You go to school so you can get a job.
Right.
So everything they tried to push on me in school, I'm trying to weigh it. Okay, how's this going to get me a job? How's this going to get me a job?
Yeah.
And if it didn't seem like something that was going to get me a job, I wasn't interested. It's a
Yeah.
waste of time.
Junior and senior year, Grumpus, I was in the bar business. We had a bar. So I would, after school, I would go and tend bar until 6 o'clock, okay, at night, from this, like from 3 o'clock in the afternoon till 6 o'clock. And then my brother would come back in. I'd go home, take a shower, get dressed, and go back to work, back work in the bar. So me and my English teacher did not get along whatsoever. So she comes, I seen her waddling in, she was huge. She come walking in and she sat down at the bar and Mr. Garvey, hey, Miss Casey, how you doing? What can I get for you? She said, I'm going to give you a passing grade if you can make me a perfect Rob Roy.
Mhm.
I said, okay. I said,
Challenge accepted.
I said, I should go to Vasa. Okay. So I mixed up the drink for her, stirred around, bang, give it to her. She starts drinking it. She said, now for your final test, how about a Jack Rose? Oh, so I'm going to light this candle. Let's go. I said, by the time I get done with you, Miss Casey, I'm going to throw that jukebox on me. You're going to do some waltzing around. So I made her Jack Rose, and she said, those two drinks were like one of the best. And as she's talking to me, she's getting redder and redder in the face. So she says to me, very good. I know you got sort of screwed about being put in our class and we couldn't move you around and everything like that. So you have no problem. You're going to pass. I said, well, here's the thing. Okay. Being that you give me a hard time all year in school. Okay. I said, so as soon as you get in there, put the ignition in the car and turn the car on, I'm calling my brother who you gave a hard time also to, who happens to be the chief of police. So
Oh,
good luck touching your nose and walking a line.
oh my gosh.
But it was good back then. I mean, back in the day like that. You know,
Right.
you tell them, hey, shop class. They don't have shop class no more.
No, that's a shame.
Okay. U.S. history they don't have anymore. That was my favorite subject, U.S. history.
These
Uh,
kids have to have U.S. history here to graduate.
they do?
Yes, sir. One
Wow.
semester. Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of schools out here they don't do
They
that.
have to have actually U.S. history and world history, and they have to have an economics class,
Yep.
and they have to have a geography class.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Wow, that's crazy. I
and a Mississippi study class.
but my senior year I had three study halls. Okay.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
So, but what I did was I gave up one. Here was my theory: go to school,
Mhm.
get what I had to get done, and get the hell out.
Get out.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So one of the studies I gave up, study holes I gave up. Okay, and I went to home economics.
That's where all the girls were.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was my plan. Okay, me and Betty Joe are gonna make a bunt cake one way or the other. So yeah, that was.
Oh,
I learned a lot. I learned a lot. So yeah, it was cool.
Yeah,
it's
they don't do that anymore. I don't think. Do they? They don't do home economics anymore, do
no,
they?
No.
not that I'm aware of. Not at all. Well, I know our school doesn't have it,
I
but
mean,
they do have a new technology center that they just opened up. Uh, Last year was the first year, and they have carpentry, welding, automotive, and a STEM class with like robotics
yeah,
Okay.
and wait, carpentry, welding, yeah, automotive and STEM. Those are the only four classes. But they also have a health. They have a cosmetology. They have health. So basically, when you're finished, I believe you can be a nursing assistant or something like that. May I don't think it's LPN. I think it's just a nursing assistant. But still, I mean, they are kind of like career ready classes where you can get a job when you're finished doing something.
yeah. But I think
But
they're
I think they should,
missing the boat on a lot of the basics. I mean, home economics.
yes,
You should. I mean, there's nothing wrong with learning how to feed yourself
that's
and
right. Or wash your
and
clothes or
and how to
sew a
budget
button on.
a household budget, how to manage a household budget needs to be taught.
That's
Hmm.
right.
Well, you got kids
Well,
out on the street now. They can't handle money.
my kids are getting that at home because I know that they don't provide it at school. And Violet, she knows how to pay her bills. She knows how to balance her checkbook, but she sure don't know how to save no money. Now, Murphy, on the other hand, he has no bills, refuses to get a job, but he saves money like crazy unless he's spending $22 on coffee and
Yeah, he's saving
popcorn.
money, but he's discovered girls now, so
He's
Yeah.
that
yeah.
all's going to change.
So I
Yeah.
I told him when he told me he'd spent that $22. I looked at him. I said, "You need a job. You need a job because that's just too much. You're gonna be spending money like that."
I was 12 years old, going on 13, and I had a hot dog wagon. Okay.
You were gonna
Um,
say 12 going on 30.
and when I get a little older, I
Yeah,
still had the hot dog wagon, washed dishes
right,
in a restaurant. Okay. And also
right.
on weekends, pumped gas in
Okay.
in the evening. Okay.
Mhm.
And the hot dog wagon, the first year that I did it, now
Mhm.
in the fall I only did it on the weekends. Then the summer
Right.
I did it every day except Sunday. All
Okay.
right, and I would do it from 10 to 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Right.
And first couple times I get paid, did like $60 a day. I was making.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Wow.
yeah,
That was a lot of money back then.
yeah, it was. And then, but what I would have to do is buy the hot dogs, and it was
Sure.
soubrettes, and and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Then I started making my own onions. Okay.
Okay.
And the reason why I started making that was because I was washing dishes at this country club,
Mhm.
and the chef said, "Come here, I'm going to show you how to do this, how to do that." And I started making my own onions there
Mhm.
to bring to the hot dog wagon.
Oh, okay.
Okay, put them on like that. So pump gas, uh, wash dishes, ran the hot dog wagon. Then I get away from the hot dog wagon, and I started still worked in the country club, and then they put me on the line. I was the best damn French fryer maker you ever seen in your life. Okay, that that was my go-to, working like that, and I
That was
enjoyed
your
doing it.
thing, huh? Yeah.
But
Did y'all make them from scratch or were they
yeah,
frozen?
he showed me how to cut them the whole bit. It was a German
Okay.
chef, and the guy was fantastic. Really, was taught me a lot. But the moral of the story is
Yeah.
I didn't sit home. I wasn't allowed to sit home, and I was the
That's right.
baby. I was the youngest.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to go get a job. And
I
when I got paid, my mother come out like Starlock 19, you know,
Why?
hand it over.
Oh
Ooh,
no.
yeah. And I got $20 out of that. You don't need no money for this and that. Well, I'm going to put it to good use here and this and that. And that like rocked my world a little bit.
Yeah.
But when I got married, okay, my mother gave me an envelope and had a little
Uh-huh.
over 8,000 cash in it.
Oh wow. And that's the money you had earned.
That's what she put away. Had
Oh
the envelope.
wow.
That's why, Charlotte, you reminded me of her a little bit because when you would pull out your thing, but your look like
Yes.
an accordion with all your different stuff in
Yeah.
it. That was my mother.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That was her. That
I
was her
still
way
have
of.
I still have that.
Mhm.
It serves me very well.
It taught me to work, and if you
Hmm.
want something, you got to work for it.
You
No other
got
way
to.
around it. So,
Well, that's something that my son, we had to come to Jesus not long ago. And as soon as band season's over with, he's going to have to find a job
yep.
because his insurance is going to cost us an arm and a leg. His driving, car insurance. And right now we don't have insurance on him because he doesn't have a license.
Right.
But, any other state, if we lived in like Florida or Virginia, they would make us get insurance for him because he's at risk for stealing the car and going joyriding.
Yeah. Well,
But here in Mississippi, they do not require you to have insurance unless you have a driver's license and a car.
hmm.
But anyhow, I don't know how he's going to deal with that. I really don't. He's going to have to do it though. Just all there is to it.
And my daughter, to chip off the old block, okay, she
Hmm.
started working in a place that I worked also. When I was in high school, I flipped burgers. I
Okay.
would I would go lunchtime and go help them out in there. And then when I was like 15, 16 years old, then from school I would just walk down into this place, and it was an ice cream place on one side and like a burger thing on the other side. And I would go and work there until my mom would come get me like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then I go home, and then I had to do homework. So I was always moving, always doing something. And my daughter, the same thing. She worked there. She worked in this hamburger joint almost 12 years, maybe a little more, longer. And it was just like passed down, to there. And they loved her. She did it. She was actually one time the manager at the place. But now, fast forward out here, can't find a job. Can't find a job doing nothing. It is so screwed up out here for some reason. I don't know why. Shame, really is.
Was it just are the casinos and stuff? Are they laying everybody off, or is
Yeah, yeah. Casinos dropped a lot of people, laid a lot of people off. To get rid of all the gaming tables, so it's mostly everything's filling in with
A lot.
slots, and also they have the machines to play craps. They have the machines for roulette and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it's getting away from, and it hurt a lot of people. How
Yeah.
the minimum to buy a house out here, okay, is 430,000. That's how much they want for a house.
Oh. Oh
ouch?
my God.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I mean, and everything is basically minimum wage. Slowed down. Most people work on tips. That fell by the wayside.
Sure. Yeah.
The
Unless
only
you're
thing,
folding.
yeah. But them places
I'm
are
just
dying.
saying.
But them places, I tried that one time pole dancing. I just said it just didn't
It
go over
didn't work
well.
for you.
No, it didn't go over well. Ay, ay,
Oh,
ay. It's tough. I mean, just there are a
it
lot of
is.
people leaving, a lot of people exiting here now. Like people came here
Hmm.
first. Now they're leaving. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to
Wow.
happen.
Well, I don't see what I mean. I don't understand why they're taking all the tables and stuff out because that's a pretty good draw.
You have people
Yeah.
standing there for a shift that might have 3 or 4 people coming by. More people are drawn to the slot machines
Really?
or the poker stuff Because Grumpus, it's everything is automated now. You play
Instant
games.
Yeah.
gratification. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the old school. I loved going to roulette table, crap table, and stuff like that.
Right.
Just a minimum to go sit and play roulette is a $25 minimum.
Oh, for goodness sake.
That's one spin, $25. I mean, I don't know, are you crazy? You know, so it's
Mhm.
it's it's bad out here. It really is.
Mhm.
Work wise, my grandson, he came. They were both working at McDonald's, and then um, somehow or another, McDonald's got hit with something as far as making the beef or something like that, and they cut back on everybody. All these franchises just cut back. And
Oh,
my daughter was a manager there, and I said, we're cutting back, and also business was off big time. You would go there and you would see it wrapped around the street going into the drive-through. You don't see that no more.
right.
So I don't know, crazy.
That's a stinking shame.
It is, really is.
Um, I don't know if it's like that here. I haven't been in the casinos here in probably 5 or 6 years.
Yeah,
Um, I'm gonna have to go check it out and see though.
but the difference is that's on the strip. But the difference is the ones out in town, or out where I'm at and stuff like that. There's 3 or 4 out where I live.
Right.
Okay, and they're thriving. They're doing really well because they cater to the locals. That's what they're doing.
Right, right.
So I don't
So
know.
is the
Well, and they don't have as much overhead either, probably because they don't have to bring in the big acts and that kind of stuff
Oh no,
either.
they do. No,
Oh, they
these
do?
yeah
Okay.
these places. One place sponsors the Raiders. Okay,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
yeah, and they just built another tower on. It's called the M, and the mother company is out of Pennsylvania. They have all these different
Uh-huh.
resorts and stuff. This is the
Right.
one with the big casinos and stuff. Green Valley Ranch by my house, a mile from my house. Um, the Green Valley Ranch has all big headliners out there. They're
Mhm.
the ones that have Hank's Steakhouse. They're the ones that has the $400 to $500 ribeye steak. Yeah, I mean,
Good grief.
it's just complete craziness. I
That
don't
is
know.
great.
But we're stuck
well,
here. I'm not that we're stuck. We're here. I like it until if the rents get too high, then I have to go do something.
Well, sure.
You
Mm.
know.
Well,
so
they
is it
say
like
that.
that downtown also?
Yeah, downtown is horrible. And
Wow.
you Fremont Street. I follow a couple guys that are here that I know real well who do videos down there. There's hardly anybody there.
I'll be darned.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. No kidding.
Yeah. Well, the bottle of Johnny Walker Black you had in that video, Grumpus. Okay, to get a Johnny Walker Black on the rocks, 1 ounce, is $36.
Oh no way.
Yeah,
Oh, my
yeah,
gosh.
No wonder nobody's coming around.
yeah. So I don't know.
Price yourself right out of business.
The Canadians, I mean, they shut them down. They'll never come back. You know, I don't know. China, I mean, come on, it's insane. Just completely crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know.
Well, guys, I'm gonna hang this up because I am pooped.
I was
Yeah.
just looking, thinking the same thing.
Yep, I'm right
I'm
behind you.
so tired. So you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Grumpus, for having me up again, and thank you for
Thanks for joining.
yeah, yeah, all that stuff. And
Uh,
Tom, I will see you again next time too.
You better
Take
believe it.
care.
Okay.
Good night.
all right,
Yeah.
Tom. Thanks
I don't
for
know how to
stopping
get off
by.
of here.
Okay, Grumpus, take care, guys. Have a great night.
All right, guys. We'll see everybody in the chat. Thanks for hanging out. You'll have a good Sunday, and we'll see you next time.
Adios, amigos.